Seriously.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know that customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Good morning and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We are here to remind you that small business is big business. Your business is our business. Good morning to you.
And good morning to you.
It is, it's Wednesday. It is well on its way up the ladder to a high of 85 degrees today with a little afternoon thunderstorm. Actually got a pretty good chance of afternoon thunderstorms.
Colorado.
Yep.
We have afternoon thunderstorms.
But listen to the 5-day. Today's 85. Then you got 93 on Thursday, Friday 94, Saturday 91, Sunday 92, Monday 93. Woohoo! It's going to be nice.
You're like Tigger.
I love.
You got a little bounce in your step for that one.
Well, you know the wonderful thing about Tiggers.
Is Tigger's our wonderful thing.
That's right. And he's the only one. Okay. Well, guess what time it is?
It's time.
It's time for You Choose the News. That's the top of the hour game show that we've already chosen the news. We like the words because they rhyme, and there's not much more purpose to it than that. Let's go with story number one. Netflix new clothes.
Your Netflix has new clothes?
Yes.
But he has some clothes. Your Netflix, versus the Emperor has no clothes.
Something like that.
Okay.
The second story, no more Robo.
Okay.
And the third story, let's put a pool inside.
Okay. Let's do that. Let's
You
put a
wanna
pool
do that?
inside. I've thought about it, and I actually was a nanny, during college where they had an indoor pool.
An indoor pool.
It was an indoor pool, but it was in a separate area of the house. It was.
So where would you put an indoor pool in your home?
Well, I've considered it in my basement.
In your basement, okay.
Right? But then you think the chlorine smell inside the house might just be a little much.
Well, if you're gonna do it, you got to go all the way. I mean, you can't you can't just dig a hole and put water in it without taking care of it chemically. You have to.
Well, I know, which is why I wouldn't do it.
Oh, I think you should still
No.
Still
And
go for
really,
it.
indoor pool.
Good.
No, I think I waver.
Yeah.
I waffle.
You like the sun.
I like the sun.
But we live in Colorado.
Right, and
so
it's very rare.
there are months
and
that
I have
there
trees, and it shades the pool area.
Oh,
and so
well,
even if
cut
you're
those
in the
down.
pool, you can't cut down the trees. They're beautiful, although less beautiful now that the hail has attacked them. But they will recover.
Hey, folks, if you are still trying to figure out your roof situation with hail, don't hesitate to go to experiencepros.com. Click on the directory and search for roofers. We have several located in the directory.
We have roofers. We have handymen. We have
insurance,
collision, body collision people.
Friends, this is your one-stop place. We've done the vetting. We've done the approval. We know that they're going to be solid for you. We know them personally. And so we encourage you to go check out the members of the Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com. Okay, well, these folks decided that there would be an okay place for a pool in their home. But they've decided to turn their kitchen.
Their kitchen? They're doing a remodel on their kitchen?
Well,
I thought we were talking about a pool.
Not really a remodel. They covered their kitchen surfaces and all their appliances with plastic sheets before turning on the kitchen tap and letting the room fill up.
They filled their kitchen with water?
This is the hilarious moment that a group of friends decided to turn a kitchen into a swimming pool by filling the room with water. Vladimir Vechny and his pals came up with a madcap idea at his ground floor flat in a city that I cannot pronounce in western Russia. They first covered the floor and wall with plastic sheets, which they glued together to create a waterproof seal. Then they attached a foam tube to the kitchen tap, turned it on, and waited for it to fill the room. As soon as it was deep enough, they were splashing around in their makeshift pool, diving into the water and playing with rubber rings. Then they laid down in the makeshift pool to enjoy beers and cigarettes, which they balanced on floating tables. These guys went all out, and there's photos of it. A guy swimming next to his oven. That's bizarre.
That is really odd.
Yeah.
That is really odd. You think about all the rooms in the house. Which one could we turn into a pool? The kitchen.
I think I'd go toilet first.
Right? The bathroom, right? Fill the bathtub up and... Interesting. Yeah.
All right. Netflix new clothes or No More Robo?
No More Robo.
No More Robo. By the way, that's the name of the business. No More Robo announces a $5 a month robocall blocking app for mobile phones. Are you sick of those mobile robocalls, especially as we go into an election cycle? Hi, this is George Bush. Thanks so much for voting for you. Do you remember those?
Yeah, right.
Well, they're back.
I don't answer my phone at home. So.
Got it. Well, this is for your mobile phone.
I actually turned my ringer off at home.
Do you? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, this is for your mobile phone. Actually. And you may start getting some robocalls.
Okay, all right.
I wonder if it blocks texts. If
you get robo-texts?
You can, and people will, and yes, it's a big thing.
Okay.
And
all right, turn it off.
Trouble. Turn it off.
Turn it off.
Or go No More Robo. If you're plagued with marketing robocalls on your Android or iOS mobile phones, some relief might be coming soon. This afternoon, the makers of Call Filter No More Robo announced that they're introducing a mobile app for 2 dominant smartphone operating systems to block all those robocalls. The bad news is it's not free to users. It's $4.99 a month after a 2-week trial. Is it worth the cost? Probably depends on how many robocalls you receive. But sure enough, there's an app, and they're going to block the robocalls. All right, Netflix has a new
clothes.
Well, a new logo.
Oh, a new logo. You didn't say that.
I didn't say that. See, I can't give you the whole story.
You
Otherwise,
don't give me the whole story, but a headline that does give me a clue.
Well, they're putting new clothes on their old logo.
Okay.
The company dropped a new logo, and it also dropped the Netflix in favor of a simple red N.
The Netflix. They dropped the Netflix.
They got rid of the Netflix, and now Netflix is simply.
Oh, so the logo.
N.
I remember when you got all up in arms when Starbucks changed their logo and took the words off,
Still
and it was just the picture.
Still bothers me.
And so, now that they dropped the Netflix, are you prickly?
I don't think I would have done it this way, but they didn't ask me, so I'm all right with it. Traditional marketing adage says multiple logos is risky because it can create brand confusion. Netflix decision could be driven by the way the logo will appear on social apps. A lot of people are accessing those on the mobile devices and whatnot. And so I agree. A Netflix logo, which is simply the word Netflix across a horizontal plane, doesn't, like the Experience Pros logo.
Okay.
It's a horizontal logo. And so if given the opportunity to be like your on Twitter, what's your square profile logo?
Right.
Well, we don't have one.
Why can't we just take the words off and just use the graphic, the design?
You could, but corporate hasn't decided that yet.
Well, corporate, needs to get off their fanny and make some decisions. What's holding you back? Oh, you're working on it? You're working on it?
Working on something.
I think it's awesome branding when you can take a portion of, and so when we first start out, here's the visual piece, and here's our name, because that's how you're marketing.
Sure.
But you get to a space in time where you don't need the words.
Yeah.
People recognize the graphic portion of it, just like in Starbucks. They recognize the graphic portion of it.
I think that's a good thing, and I think eventually.
Yeah,
we will get there.
Yeah, well, you won't, but the corporate team probably will.
If you listen to what I'm saying, I think eventually we will get there, and by we I mean you. And me. I am weird about this.
I know, because you created it, right? And
actually, I didn't create it, and it's not at all why I'm weird about this.
Okay, so why are you weird about it?
I'm weird about it in a number of different ways. I think that the words mean something. However, I was at a pizza place yesterday, and a guy walked in. He saw the hood of my car, which has nothing but the logo on it, and he says, "Who's with Eric and Angel?" So he knew, and we're getting a little bit of it.
Well, we all got there before you did. You're just a little slow.
All right, we're done taking that. We'll be back after this message, folks. Don't go anywhere.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Are you retired or planning for retirement? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday morning at 10 on Denver's Money Talk. You'll hear timely topics that really matter like Social Security, IRAs, 401ks, Roths, estate planning, protecting your investments in today's markets, and we answer questions from people like you. Tune in Saturday morning at 10 to hear me, Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement.
In the summer, it's hot in the upstairs bedrooms most of the day. My office is up there, man, and it's sweltering. So we use one of those big fans in the evening, but it pulls in too much dust and pollen. My allergies are going crazy. So my AC is running constantly, and the only cool place in the house is the basement. My wife's starting insisting we buy a new air conditioner, and that's when I called the people at Air Swap. Air Swap showed me my furnace and air conditioner are the right size for my house, and my air conditioner was working just fine. They adjusted the ductwork, created stronger airflow to distribute all that cool air in the basement, and this even helped us save electricity. The house is more comfortable in the winter, too. They reduced the big temperature difference between the floors, and now the upstairs is comfortable during the day and early evening. Yeah, I'd call Air Swap, 303-761-0729. 303-761-0729. And you can check them out on the web at air-swap.com. air-swap.com. That's 303-761-0729 or air-swap.com. Yeah, I'm really glad I called Air Swap.
Yeah, new car shopping?
Oh, great. There's a nice day wasted. I'd rather take a hit with a ball-peen hammer between the eyes than drive all over town.
Well, it's what one does when one car shops. I thought you liked shopping.
Shopping, not driving. Hey, speaking of, how about we go to the mall instead?
What? And this day had so much potential.
ColoradoAutomall.com. Local dealers with local inventory online. A virtual click away.
I'm ready to click and shop. Boot me up.
ColoradoAutomall.com.
This is Steve Replin, and I'd like to share a secret. No great business has ever succeeded without a great team. As a lawyer, a CPA, and a lender, I've advised more than 4,000 growing businesses just like yours. My system of fast-track business coaching integrates all of my skills for your business growth. To schedule a complimentary one-hour conversation to see how we can get your business on the fast track to growth, call me at 303-322-7919. That's 303-322-7919.
If you or a loved one has had your life turned upside down due to an accident, call Jeremy Cave. He'll work day and night to get you the money you're entitled to. Unlike a lot of attorneys today, Jeremy Cave makes house calls, and he's there for you every step of the the way, Cave Law understands that many of you folks who listen to this station prefer to have a lawyer who sees things from your point of view. Well, Cave Law thinks it's time to put the personal back into handling personal injury. Call Jeremy Cave today, 720-213-3737. Jeremy Cave only gets paid when you do. Call Cave Law now for a free at-home consultation, 720-213-3737. If you're injured in an accident, call 720-213-3737 or check out their brand new website, cavelawyer.com. That's cavelawyer.com. Personal and caring service from Cave Law. Call Jeremy today at 720-213-3737 or visit cavelawyer.com.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. This show always fed by Fan Brags. We'd love you to fan brag by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the number 855-FAN-BRAG. What, you ask, is a fan brag? Well, it's simply saying something nice about somebody else in business. For instance, Phyllis writes in to us at the Facebook page, I Care About Great Service, says, had another great customer service experience at my fave pet store, Woofs and Hoofs. That's in Littleton, C470 and Ken Carroll Avenue. Giving them a big shout out because they only carry high quality food. None of their products have cornmeal in it. It's the reason why I shop there. My vet told me years ago that cornmeal is bad for cats and dogs. I'm certain that's why my precious cat lived so long and rarely had any health issues, because I only fed him the very best food. Feed your pets good food, and they'll live a long time and stay healthy. It does make a difference. So there you have it. Woofs and Hoofs in Littleton at C470 and Ken Carroll.
Well, you know what? You can fan brag every single day, fan brag every day by dialing 855-FAN-BRAG. We'll take your fan brags here live on the show. You can also leave a recording during after show hours, and we'll play those fan brags during the show. We'll also read your fan brags. You can type them into our Facebook group, I Care About Great Service, or just use the hashtag FanBrag, and we will search them out.
Lots of ways to share kindness.
Right? Okay, so what was your first hire? When the first person you ever hired? Do you remember?
Oh, goodness. I don't remember.
Don't remember? It's kind of a milestone for folks. Tony Robbins remembers the first person he ever hired, and it was a personal assistant. And according to Kevin Cruz on Forbes.com, he says the personal assistant should be every entrepreneur's first hire.
Personal assistant.
A personal assistant, an admin, somebody to help you with the details. Most of the small business and solo professionals that Kevin knows says don't have an assistant. But whether you're an independent consultant, a coach, a professional speaker, a writer, a startup CEO, a lot of times they consider an admin a waste of money. Why spend money on an admin when I know how to use a computer? I know how I can do it myself. If I'm going to hire anybody, I'm going to hire somebody who's going to bring in money, not cost money. And I think that's the startup's initial, their initial thought process. Venture capitalist Mark Suster on his blog, Both Sides of the Table, said, here's a case for the value of an admin. He says, well, I'm passionate about being scrappy when you start controlling your costs. I'm equally passionate about performance when you have a bit of cash. And I've seen way too many CEOs and founders get bogged down in minutia because they were used to it from the scrappy phase. They've struggled to scale. So think about it. Your single most valuable asset in the early days is your senior team, and presumably nobody is more valuable than the founding team. But you're bogged down in expense claims, booking hotel rooms, scheduling meetings, dealing with a leaky toilet, processing payroll, ordering computers. In other words, if you don't have an admin, you are an admin.
Oh, zing.
Right now, I'm the CEO, I'm the founder, I'm the da-da-da-da. Nope, you are the admin. And even if you could do, if you were able to, do all this stuff, right, yourself, right, we're all capable.
Yeah.
Why would you? Right? That 1 hour a day you spend running to the post office, balancing the checkbook, booking airline tickets would be better spent calling on prospects, thinking strategically, always try to spend as much time as possible using your unique strengths on your highest leverage activities. Running out to the office supply store to buy printer paper probably doesn't fall into that category.
I remember when you and I started working together, one of the first things that you kind of put out there was that a measure of success or achievement would be to have a personal assistant of some sort. It was
one of my milestones, benchmarks, so to speak.
When we started the segment and you asked, who's the first person you hired, I'm going all the way back to the restaurant days, and I can't remember. I mean, I hired so many and let so many go. Now I get that we're talking about the entrepreneurial thing. I think it's critical to have somebody to pick up the load, and if you don't, you're right. You are an admin. You are doing everything.
Right, and you don't have to hire somebody full time in the beginning. A few hours a day even works out. Tony Robbins, he says, I think in the very beginning, the hard thing is you think only you can do it, right? That you have to do everything yourself, but there's only so many hours. You've got kids and family and friends, and how do you do it all? And the answer is you hire someone. You trade with someone. Trade with them for 2 hours. That's what I did in the beginning. He said I was really young in my career, very early in the early days. I was running to the dry cleaner so I could get my only 2 suits, because if I didn't get them, the place closes. I can't get on the plane. And as I was running to the airport, sweating like crazy, trying to get in the door, and I was like, what is wrong with this picture? I could be doing something.
I can see Tony Robbins asking that question.
Right?
What's wrong with this picture?
What's wrong with this picture? But he was young.
You're good enough? You're strong enough?
Yeah, he says, I'm going to hire somebody. 2 hours a day is what he started with. And then it was 4 hours. His view is, I don't do anything that someone else could do better, and I don't do anything that isn't the highest and best use of my time. So here's kind of the beauty of outsourcing. Even if you're not quite ready to take on an official employee, you can outsource. Right? In today's world, there's lots of virtual assistants, lots of companies that you can outsource, right, on a per project site, per project basis, right? And when you outsource work to others, you free up the time that you need to work on your passions, take advantage of your strengths, your abilities in your office. And so people who actively look for things to delegate report higher levels of productivity, higher levels of happiness and energy, and are less likely to feel overworked and overwhelmed.
Wow.
Right? And so there's so think about the things that are on your to-do list, on your desk, is that really the best use of your time? Or would it be better suited, especially as you scale up your business? Now, of course, there's certain things you shouldn't outsource or delegate. For example, Mark Cuban, the billionaire from Shark Tank, right?
Yep.
He doesn't outsource. He still washes his own laundry, he says.
Mark Cuban washes his own laundry.
Yeah. He says, I find it grounding somehow.
I find it phony.
To do my own laundry. Really? There's probably certain chores, certain things.
Bazillionaire.
That you're like, I like cleaning out my closet. Like, that's kind of my zen space, right? To go in and clean it out and get it organized.
I mean this with all love and due respect.
No, you don't.
But you are not Mark Cuban.
What does that mean?
Well, he's a bazillionaire.
You think he's lying? You don't believe it? You don't believe it?
I struggle with the imagery of him
doing his own laundry?
Doing his tighty-whities, yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Send it out. We got people for that.
We got people for that? Well, maybe.
Maybe
it's one of those, like, I'm just a regular guy.
Maybe he needs grounding.
Right? Okay. He says, that's what he says. I find it grounding.
Forgive me, Mark Cuban, for throwing shade on your...
Right? Is there something, for some people, somebody it might be, I love washing my own car, or, walking my dog, or, maybe I don't want to outsource the nanny because I want to be the ones to tuck my kids in at night.
I like that.
Right? But there's certain things.
There must be.
Even if you could pay for it, you want to do it yourself.
Okie dokie. Hey, we have to take a quick break. Bottom of the hour news. We'll be back right after these messages. Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Show, 1690 Denver's Money Talk.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no
This is Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock and investment advisor and financial planner for J.F. Thompson Wealth Management. Please join me on Denver's Money Talk Radio as we chat about how to protect your investment portfolio and overall financial plan. So listen to me, Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock, 8 a.m. on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. KDMT, where I coach you on how money really works.
Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock, weekday mornings at 8 on KDMT. Let's talk about America's Wellness Clinic, where they are addressing two of the greatest concerns today, especially as people get older: health and financial well-being. Feeling perpetually unfocused, sluggish, tired, or exhausted? For about the same cost as a daily cup of coffee, America's Wellness Clinic offers applications that can boost blood circulation, enhance energy, reduce stress, manage sleep, help mental acuity, and give regenerative abilities for sports and work injuries. Over 100,000 Americans die each year from adverse prescription drug reactions. America's Wellness Clinic provides a simple test that reveals which prescription drugs will work best for you. Soon, America's Wellness Clinic will be providing a non-invasive cancer predisposition test, analyzing 31 genes linked to 8 of the most prevalent and devastating cancers. And what about your financial well-being? The professionals at America's Wellness Clinic provide continuous seminars and information about reverse mortgages, insurance, tax and estate planning, long-term care, college funding sources, alternative investments, and much more. Let America's Wellness Clinic provide you with sensible health and wealth solutions. Call 303-985-4604 or visit them online at americaswellnessclinic.com.
This is Roger Michalski from Eagle Financial Publications. Are you a dividend investor? If so, let me tell you about a website that has just about every resource that a dividend investor could ask for. It's called dividendinvestor.com. We just launched a new and improved version of it, and there's nothing else like it. When you log on to dividendinvestor.com, you'll find screening tools plus an all-star ranking system to help you find the best dividend opportunities. There's a scorecard to track the dividends in your very own portfolio, plus time-sensitive updates so you'll be the first to know when dividends go up or go down, and so many other features. Be my guest. Log on for free today at dividendinvestor.com. Set up a portfolio and see how easy it is to work the dividend calculator. And be sure to take the website tour to discover all the other great benefits. I'm convinced dividendinvestor.com will pay dividends to your bottom line. Go to dividendinvestor.com now. Dividendinvestor.com.
In the summer, it's hot in the upstairs bedrooms most of the day. Our office is up there and it's sweltering. We've used one of those big fans in the evening, but it pulls in too much dust and pollen. The AC ran constantly, yet the only cool place in the house is the basement. My husband started insisting we buy a new air conditioner, and that's when I called the people at AirSwap. AirSwap showed me my furnace and air conditioner are the right size for my house, and my air conditioner was working just fine. They adjusted our ductwork, created stronger airflow to distribute all that cool air in the basement, and this even helped us save electricity. The house is more comfortable in the winter as well. They reduced the big temperature difference between the floors, and now the upstairs is comfortable during the day and early evening. Call them at 303-761-0729, on the web at air-swap.com, 303-761-0729, or air-swap.com.
Are you buying a car? Are you excited about wandering all over town to find it, or looking forward to wasting time on national websites with cars for sale on some lot or backyard in New Jersey? Well, here's a local resource, ColoradoAutomall.com. Before you waste one more dollar, one more gallon of gas, or one more minute of your time online, go to ColoradoAutomall.com, where local dealers show their local inventory one click away. It's virtual, it's user-friendly, and it's loaded with cars, trucks, boats, RVs, and motorcycles, new and used, from local dealers. ColoradoAutomall.com.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. Experience Pros deals heating up.
Heating up, 40 to 90% off.
It's incredible. For the consumer, I would bookmark that page and check first. If you need anything, how about like a super soft hypoallergenic down alternative mattress topper? I think they used to call those comforters.
Back in my day,
right?
We called them comforters.
$54.
What's about that cooling pad? There's like you put it down and keeps you cool at night. If you have issues with it being too hot, or
right. It's called the Two Elephants, which is their brand name. Extra large cooling gel sleep pad. Mm-hmm. It's $50 with free shipping.
Right.
And
just a variety of fun little things on there. Things that you are looking for, things that you need, things that you want, and you've got to have.
Retail price on that, by the way, was $199, so we're talking 75% off.
Right? Yeah.
It's incredible.
The deals are incredible deals.
ExperienceProsDeals.com.
That's where you find it all. All right. So, when you've lost your job and you're in between jobs, it can feel as if it's taking forever to get a new job, right? Your job search has possibly been stalled.
Yes.
A lot of times people think that it's beyond their control. I'm too young. I'm too old. I'm overqualified. I'm underqualified. There are no jobs, right? All of these applications with no response, right? But here's some ways that you can actually jumpstart a stalled job search.
Okay.
So your job search has stalled, according to Robert Hellman in Forbes.com. He says, make sure your message is actually resonating with people. Your target's audience's number one question is, how can you help me?
I need a job.
Okay, but that's your message.
Is that not resonating properly?
Right? Okay, you need a job, and I've actually had people say to me, "I need a job." Well, what do you want to do? Well, it doesn't much matter. Okay,
just give me money.
Nobody wants to pay you. Nobody wants to
just give me money.
Right? And I know you just need money, but what I hear is, this is temporary. I'm going to invest in my resources to train you, and you're going to move on when your true passion, whatever it is you really want to do, fits. And you're not exactly the right person for my bus, right? So make sure you answer this question in your resume, in your LinkedIn profile, your emails, your cover letters, your pitch.
Okay.
How can you help the person you're talking to?
Sure.
They say drop the jargon that is only relevant to your current or last job, and start using the language of your next job.
Oh, I like that. All right. Do a little research on the front side.
Exactly. Do research. If you're not sure how to position yourself correctly, look for job postings for keyword ideas. Looking at other LinkedIn profiles of those who do what you want to do. Read the blogs and journals that reflect your sector, and talk to people. Get informational meetings with those in your target field.
Okay.
All right, have a targeted resume. Don't try to be one size fits all, everything for everyone.
Long gone are the days that you needed only one resume. You need a resume for every opportunity, and that needs to be customized to the needs of those companies that you're searching after. So if you're going after an IT company, you need an IT resume that talks about your IT skills specifically. If you're going after restaurant management, you need one for restaurant management. Same person? Yep. Two completely different resumes.
Right? Because you're competitive. Now I see the information that is relevant to me if I'm going to be the one hiring you. Right? Too often we want to be jack of all trades. I don't want jack of all trades, right? Because jack of all trades is going to move along as soon as I've trained him. Focus on one job target at a time. Now, so if you have this targeted resume, right, and you think, okay, I want to be everything to everybody. I want to work for an accounting company. I want to work in the pharmaceuticals, and I want to work in the construction industry. Slow down.
Buckaroo.
Right? Slow down, cowboy. If you have multiple job targets, you may want to pursue them all at once. However, if you can avoid this temptation, prioritize and focus on one thing at a time. that is a far superior strategy because you want to be perceived as an insider in the industry or profession you're targeting. To do that, you need to focus, build your network within your target, practice your pitch, and continue to learn more about your target as you go. But when you reach out to multiple targets at once, it's harder to achieve. It's harder for you to keep that level of energy going.
Absolutely.
Take an active approach to your search. As soon as I hear a client say, Robert Hellman says, I've applied to over 100 jobs and no response, I already suspect the problem. Too much focus on applying. Just waiting for the ad to show up or the search firm to call is ineffective because it's passive. You need to actively go out and get what you want. The most successful job hunters know how to build and leverage their network and contact strangers directly in order to get meetings.
Yeah, your networking is not working because you're not working your network.
Ooh.
It really, I mean,
Peter Piper.
That's the deal, though. You've got to go out there and we find out that all those, Monster.com and some of the others that are job site posting places, we discovered really that's not how people get jobs. People get jobs by the people that they know. Right. And a word of referral or a recommendation. You need to meet Joe. Who are you trying to do? Well, I'm really trying to get involved in the auto body industry. Well, if you don't know this person, you'll never get a job. Let me introduce you.
Start asking around, how did you get this job? And you're going to find out it was through a connection, right? Actively, he said 80% of your time should be in networking directly with the people you want to meet, and just 20% of your time on job postings and search firms. So actually meeting people is far more effective if you want to jumpstart a stalled job search. He says, make sure you have no communication blind spots. He says, is your message getting lost because of poor delivery? Get some feedback on your communications channels, your resumes, emails, phone calls, cover letters. Often we need someone else to point out our blind spots. Examples from client experiences include lack of eye contact, fidgeting, physical quirks during a meeting, and thus the inability to close the deal. Big, dense paragraphs in resumes, cover letters, or emails because nobody wants to read that. Spotty phone connections, bad LinkedIn profile picture.
You said big dense, like thick.
Thick.
Okay, like big dense in your paragraph. What?
Oh, sorry, dense. Yeah,
got it.
Right?
Not hail dense.
No, like thick.
Big,
thick paragraphs, right?
Got it.
With no spaces, no white space. He says even if you do everything else right, at the end of the day, he says it's a numbers game. You have to go for enough potential in your job search and seek to get meetings with as many people as possible. We actually did a story not too long ago about a gentleman who got a job interview at Google, at LinkedIn, at all the big companies.
Right.
And it was the people that he met. It was the phone calls, and it was the relentless pursuit of the follow-up.
That's exactly right.
And maybe it's not the direct hire, but somebody in the company that he connected with.
It doesn't matter who you are or what you're shooting for. It's all in the follow-up, whether it's sales, whether it's trying to get a job. It's all in the follow-up. Everybody needs to learn to F you.
Excuse me.
Follow up.
Right.
That's so important.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes you need to expand your potential. Why are you grinning at me?
I smile because I think you're pretty.
No, you don't. Right. Stay in touch with your network. Not staying in touch is one of the biggest mistakes that job seekers make. If you're in a job search, reach out, he says, every 3 to 6 weeks. And if you already have a job, reach out 2 to 4 times a year with a simple hello and an update, something that they would find useful or additional thoughts since your last meeting, just to stay fresh.
That's smart.
What are you grinning about?
No, I think that's smart.
You're having like a side conversation in your head.
I'm not.
You totally are. And now you are busted. Look at you turning red. I totally caught you. Don't do what one client did before he came to see me. He said, I've been looking for a year with no results. And I asked, have you had any informational meetings? Have you actually met with somebody? He said that he'd had a number of great meetings a year ago at firms where he wanted to work, but he hasn't spoken to any one of them since. I told him if you had kept in touch with these people, you probably would have had an offer by now. And he agreed. Remember, only 50% of successful networking is actually about meeting people. The other 50% involves keeping in touch to build real relationships.
Absolutely. And one great place to keep in touch, LinkedIn. Right? I mean, it's a social community. Let's be social. I like the idea of connecting with and staying connected with various touch points to the people that you meet on LinkedIn, because you don't know when you're going to find yourself on the outside, and those relationships then become key to your next position. All right, good stuff. We got to take a quick break, but when we come back, more positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 KDMT. Hey, today it's going to be 85 degrees with afternoon thunderstorms.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM. As the school year draws to a close, so many parents are wondering how they'll help their kids occupy their time without the influence of TV, video games, and the internet. This year, consider summer camps for your teen. For a limited time, our chief bargain hunter is featuring a half-priced camper tuition to Chile Camps, located close to home in Estes Park. Activities your teen will experience during their camp stay include hiking, horseback riding, backpacking, whitewater rafting, and so much more. What better way to discover new strengths without outside pressures or expectations than to get out of the city and come camp at Camp Chile. Camper spots are only open for girls ages 12 to 14 and are filling up fast. This summer, come enjoy the fresh Rocky Mountain air at Camp Chile. To purchase, visit summercampbargains.com or just click the Bargain Hunter link on 710knus.com or krks.com. Summercampbargains.com. Again, that's summercampbargains.com or just click the Bargain Hunter link on 710knus.com or krks.com.
What's for dinner?
You're exhausted after a long day at work and a heck of a commute. The last thing you want to do is cook a meal. You need Chef Curry's Cuisine. Chef Curry's Cuisine can make family dinner fun again by preparing home-cooked meals by a local Denver chef. Chef Curry will do the shopping, cook 2 weeks of Monday through Friday dinners, provide the packaging and cleanup too. All of Chef Curry's meals are made with the freshest ingredients, and you get to choose them from a large variety of proteins and sides. So, next time you hear,
"What's for dinner?"
you can say, Chef Curry's Cuisine. No more hassles, just healthy, fresh meals for you to enjoy. Visit chefcurryscuisine.com and get details on weekly menus, along with brand new catering options for your private parties or office functions. Or call 720-404-2798. That's 720-404-2798. Go on, add some spice to your meals. Start with Chef Curry's Cuisine.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
As the school year draws to a close, so many parents are wondering how they will help their kids occupy their time without the influence of TV, video games, and the internet. This year, consider Chile, Colorado Camps for your child or teen. Located close to home in Estes Park, Chile, Colorado Camps believes that every summer in a young person's life is a window of opportunity. An opportunity to provide meaningful experiences that will nourish their body and spirit. An opportunity to put aside the competitive demands of school and sports. Chile, Colorado Camps will take the time to make sure your child or teen slows down and explores the world around them. At Chile, Colorado Camps, your child or teen will go hiking, horseback riding, backpacking, whitewater rafting, and so much more. What better way to discover new strengths without outside pressures or expectations than to get out of the city and come camp at Chile, Colorado Camps? For more information or to sign up for camp this year, visit Chile.com. Again, that's Chile.com.
Can you hear your garage door shake, rattle, and roll throughout your home every single time it goes up or goes down? Hi, this is Dave Logan. I talked to Don at Don's Garage Door about this problem, and they have new garage door systems that are really quiet. Now, I've used Don's Garage Doors in my house, found them to be knowledgeable and fairly priced. They're great. You should call them at 303-794-0604, 303-794-0604, or check out donsgaragedoors.com. Hi, this is Dave Logan for Don's Garage Doors. You know, putting in a new garage door not only increases the curb appeal of your home, but it also makes it easier to sell. I was talking to Don the other day, and he told me it's the best investment, dollar for dollar, that you can make in your home. All I know is that I've had Don's Garage Door out to my home, and I trust him. Great work at a great price. Call Don's Garage Door today at 303-794-0604, or you can check him out at donsgaragedoors.com.
Point, click, bam! ColoradoAutomall.com. Thousands of cars, trucks, boats, RVs, and motorcycles virtually at your fingertips. Colorado Auto Mall. That's your Front Range dealer's inventory of new and used vehicles for the local shopper. Photos, descriptions, options, make, model, and body style. It's all there at ColoradoAutomall.com. The research tool you need to find your next ride could not be easier to use. Your next ride is online and on sale at ColoradoAutomall.com.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We are grateful for you tuning in today, Denver. It's going to be beautiful, though we're seeing a shift of about 15 degrees from yesterday. Yesterday, of course, got up to those kissing the triple digits, 99 degrees in Denver. Today, only 85.
That'll do.
That'll do.
That'll do. You know, they're
take
making pizzas in the dashboard of their cars in Phoenix.
Guess where we're going tomorrow?
We're going to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's a friend of ours, actually. That's his car. And, you know, last summer he baked cookies in his car.
Yep, I've seen him cook eggs. Yeah.
Right. Okay, Eric, what is the difference between jelly, jam, preserves, and marmalade? I mean, do you have a preference between jam, jelly, a preserve, or marmalade?
Why, yes, I do, and thank you for asking. I prefer jelly.
Do you?
And I prefer jelly of the grape varietal.
You like grape jelly?
I do like grape jelly. I know, you're weird.
That's like of all the flavors and of all the ones, Angel doesn't eat grape jelly.
Yeah. The difference between jelly and
like a preserve.
Jam is like just mashed up fruit, I think, with lots of sugar, and jelly is just mostly sugar and the juice of the fruit.
Yeah.
Because jelly jiggles
jelly
and jam doesn't.
Right. I don't know what that is. That is just not something real.
Preserve is mashed up fruit with less sugar, I'm pretty sure. And marmalade has the rinds of the goop, like the orange rinds and the stuff in it.
It has actual portions of the fruit.
Yes.
I
don't know.
We just did a tea at the Brown Palace. The Brown Palace is very, very popular and well known for their high teas.
And I found out that it is completely and wholly inappropriate to stick your pinky out while doing your tea. That is considered an offense.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh.
But I do know that they ship in their Devonshire cream from London.
Devonshire cream?
Oh, my gosh. I could live on that.
What is a Devonshire cream?
It was in the bowl. It probably looked like mayonnaise to you or something. I don't know. I don't remember. It probably didn't look right to you, or butter or something. But it's, oh, my gosh. But with some strawberry jam and Devonshire cream on your scone. All right. So, Smucker's.
Yeah.
They have over 20 food brands under their belt, and they were having an issue with staying unified and engaging with online customers. And you think about, they are well known. They're in the grocery store. You probably have it in your refrigerator right now.
I watched the two little Smucker boys.
A jar of
on
jam,
TV.
right? And yet, so these are some lessons that if they were struggling to stay engaged, that maybe we who have less issues keeping us up at night, could probably follow suit.
Right.
They wanted to make sure that they were providing value to their customers, and also make sure that they weren't just treating their consumers like mindless sheep.
Okay.
Right? And we all just kind of think, okay, they're just faceless.
We're talking
they're just
about the jelly
consumers.
people, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? This is important.
So what did they do?
This is important stuff. Well, they revamped their customer engagement strategy on social media using these guidelines.
Really?
Yeah. Each piece of content had to be valuable to the consumer.
So in other words, all social media has to express at least one of the following: financial relief, knowledge, empathy, humor, soliciting input, or shared beliefs.
Okay. There's your formula.
Yeah.
Financial relief, knowledge, empathy, humor, soliciting input, or shared belief.
I like it.
I mean, there's
That's it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's your daily content expressing one of those following. They had discovered that there was a disconnect between their daytime specialists and their off-hours customer care, their after-hours customer care. So they found a platform to track ongoing conversations with online users and strengthen their internal network, their legal team and archive team to better answer questions. So they, daytime people versus nighttime people or weekend shifts, right?
Well,
all completely disconnected.
Right.
But brought them together.
And one of the things I like about this story is Smucker's, as big and notariable as it is, says, you know what? We don't have it all dialed in all the way, so go ahead and test a post against a different post, as long as you learn from it.
Yeah. Right? And that's what we need to be doing, is learning from what it is that we're putting out there. What is it that people want to see more of? What are they engaged with? Of course, you can go back in your Facebook, and I think you can only do it with your personal profile, but it gives you a clue on what people want to see. It'll show you your most popular posts, like what people liked and clicked on the most. So you can see what it is that people are most engaged with.
You bet.
I think it's called Facebook.com/lookback.
Okay.
All right. Protect the brand under fire. They say as a food manufacturer, they learned in most cases they were deemed guilty until proven innocent.
Okay, so this comes from the call center, and when something goes wrong, as sometimes things do in food manufacture, you get a call from a disgruntled customer. I had grape jelly in my refrigerator for a very, 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 very long time, and it started growing.
It's not a forever product,
right? And so,
it has an
but some
expiration
people
date.
will look at that and go, "Oh my gosh! Well, I'm going to call and complain." Well, when they do, here's how Smucker's took care of it. They armed their customer care team with information covering ingredients, manufacturing, size and quality of the products, sourcing, and the marketing parameters. They gave their people enough information to be useful in the conversation. Hey, my jelly is growing something green, and it's grape. So,
where did you buy that jar of green jelly? Was it green when you bought it?
I know. I don't do jelly or sweet things on a very regular basis. In fact, it's so irregular that it grows in between.
So you just buy a little jar.
I think that's probably a good idea.
Just a little jar.
But a little jar, you're paying all the money.
So what? You buy what you use.
Frustrating.
Because you feel like. So we actually went to this in our house. We actually started buying smaller quantities. Of course, the larger quantities have more value. But is it really more value when it's being wasted and thrown away because you're not using it, or because you're using too much of it? When you've got a big giant jar of mayonnaise, do you dollop it on? But when you just have a little one, you're more conscious of how much the serving size is.
I don't think so.
You totally are.
Okay.
Totally are. I think you should buy miniature everything.
Miniature everything. I'm going to do that because we're leaving tomorrow. I have to go buy miniature everything for the plane trip. Hey, this is the Experience Pros, and with a name like Experience Pros, it has to be good. We'll be back with more positive business talk right after the top of the hour news and bringing on a whole bunch of our affiliate stations from Biz Talk Radio. We'll be back. Thanks for tuning in.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact the Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or contact them on the web at experiencepros.com or on Facebook and Twitter at Experience Pros. If your customers love you, we want to know you. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
KDMT Arvada, Denver. We're all about money.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than Experience.
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 and moneytalk1690.com.
Stock markets go up and go down. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday morning at 10 on Denver's Money Talk. Are you worried about the markets? How will you protect your assets? With recent stock market volatility, where should your money be now? Call me today and schedule a complimentary stress test of your portfolio. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or go to yourmoneyyourretirement.com. That's yourmoneyyourretirement.com. dividendinvestor.com.
This is Roger Michalski from Eagle Financial Publications. Are you a dividend investor? If so, let me tell you about a website that has just about every resource that a dividend investor could ask for. It's called dividendinvestor.com. We just launched a new and improved version of it, and there's nothing else like it. When you log on to dividendinvestor.com, you'll find screening tools plus an all-star ranking system to help you find the best dividend opportunities. There's a scorecard to track the dividends in your very own portfolio, plus time-sensitive updates so you'll be the first to know when dividends go up or go down, and so many other features. Be my guest. Log on for free today at dividendinvestor.com. Set up a portfolio and see how easy it is to work the dividend calculator. And be sure to take the website tour to discover all the other great benefits. I'm convinced dividendinvestor.com will pay dividends to your bottom line. Go to dividendinvestor.com now. Dividendinvestor.com.
Michael Bailey Law Office. Hard-working law. Real-world experience. Listen Sundays from 10:30 to 11 a.m. when Michael Bailey discusses how to preserve and pass on your personal legacy. Simple or complex planning, Michael Bailey can help you with answers about your estate planning. Michael Bailey Law. Sundays from 10:30 to 11 a.m. on Denver's Money Talk. KDMT 1690 a.m. If you own a small business, you know that bookkeeping is tedious, and frankly, it's not how you want to spend your time. Let Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax step in and customize a plan to fit your company's needs. Whether it's payroll use, sales and withholding taxes, financial statements, or banking, Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax will free you up to focus on growing your business. Ask about their offer for free tax prep for next year, too. Call Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax at 720-998-1830 or visit wintermountainstax.com. That's 720-998-1830. Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Taxes done right.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know that customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hey, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us. We are here to remind you that small business is big business. Your business is our business. It's the top of the hour. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good, good, good. Guess what time it is? You know.
It's time.
It's time. It's time for You Choose the News. That's the game show at the top of the hour that we like the most because it rhymes. It's, you're going to, we've already chosen the news, and you're going to choose, Angel, the order in which we deliver it to our fine listeners. Here are 3 different stories for you to consider. After 40 years, you look exactly the same.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. Are you even 40 years old? I don't think so.
I am. I know. I've raised, my daughters are 23 and my son is 18, and yet I haven't aged a day.
Not a day. All right.
That's what I tell myself.
How about an alkaline solution to cremation? Yep. Or Apple's massive U-turn.
Okay, let's do the U-turn.
You want to hear that?
Sure.
All right. Apple's massive U-turn. This is according to Gordon Kelly, who writes for Forbes.com. The new iPhone 7 leak, that is a peekaboo into what has yet to be delivered, reveals a massive Apple U-turn. It appeared we knew everything about the upcoming iPhone 7, but might we have to think again regarding its most controversial omission? We broke a story probably 4 months, 5 months ago on the Apple iPhone 7 that was revolutionary. They were getting rid of the headphone jack. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
It was all Bluetooth.
All Bluetooth,
yeah,
right?
Bluetooth headphones. Mm-hmm. Hold everything. According to credible Japanese site Mac Otakara, Apple had a last-minute change of heart and decided it will include a headphone jack in both the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 7 Plus.
Nice. We weren't ready to cut the cord.
Well, I know producer Bill isn't ready to cut the cord because he says that he has horrible luck with Bluetooth. And I remember when I first met you, didn't your wrist kill watches? Mm-hmm. Didn't you have like a chemical imbalance with the battery in a watch?
Yes, I caused watch batteries to die quickly.
Now that doesn't happen anymore, does it?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I've seen you wear watches. It used to be
they're dead.
Oh, they're dead?
Yeah. I don't wear a watch to tell time.
I have a graveyard of watches as well.
Yeah, they're just jewelry.
Now you have an iPhone watch.
Yes.
I watch.
It charges every night.
Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on in Bill's ears, but he probably has the same kind of a thing, and it causes static. I
have a hard time with earbuds fitting in my ears.
Right.
They fall out. So Bluetooth, those little Bluetooth things.
Yeah.
I can't wear them.
Even
my
the ones
ears
that hook over the ear.
They don't. My ears are too little. They're weird shape. They're just.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't evolve properly within the ear section.
Well, if you want Bluetooth, it'll still work with Bluetooth. But if you don't want Bluetooth, it'll still work with all the headphones that you have. Yeah. And we know you have a graveyard of headphones.
Yeah.
So.
All
right. An alkaline solution to cremation, or 40 years and you look exactly the same.
Let's do the 40 years. Yeah.
All right. What do you think?
I don't know.
Who could be, or what could be, remain intact and completely the same after 40 years?
Elizabeth Taylor?
No. No.
Julia Roberts?
Maybe.
Because it's not Meg Ryan.
Oh, no. Who's my girl from Friends?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I don't know.
Come on.
No.
From Friends.
She's your girl. Why don't you know her name?
Jennifer. Huh. Jennifer Aniston. No, we're not talking about any of those things. We're talking about Twinkies or cockroaches. And we're not talking about cockroaches. After 40 years, a Twinkie has lasted or stood the test of time. Twinkies and cockroaches, the two things that stand out among items that, short of blunt force trauma, are rumored to be invulnerable to the forces of decay and habitat destruction, according to popular folklore. But it was 1976 when then chemistry teacher Roger Benatti took a freshly unwrapped Twinkie and, in a spontaneous moment of science education, placed it on top of a chalkboard in his classroom so that he and his students could see how long it would take to decompose. That question, however, remains unanswered to this day.
It hasn't decomposed yet?
Not at all.
So if you are what you eat, and Twinkies don't decompose.
Shouldn't that be good for us?
If we ate more Twinkies, would we also not decompose?
I'm sure that has been an argument that many people have made.
The how you have stuff injected to fill in.
Yeah.
For wrinkles, right? You got the cream filling from the Twinkies. I wonder, where's Jared?
I want to know. Jared's in prison.
I know, but see, this is the kind of thing he would do.
Yeah, Jared's in prison.
He would have eaten the Twinkies.
He got in trouble for eating Twinkies. He's in trouble.
All right. I can't even go there.
Jared's Batman.
Kind of thing he would do for a month. Only eat the Twinkies. Will you eat the Twinkies for a month? And let's do a before and after.
Heck no.
Let's see.
I have worked so hard and I'm actually starting to see some definition in my what do we call that? Belly?
In your belly?
Yeah.
You're seeing definitions called a belly button.
No. I'm trying to get rid of the belly cavern. But no, I will not do that. But apparently he's not the only guy who does it. There's lots of people. And, you get people chiming in. My Twinkie is 23 years old. Mine is 35. I want to know if anybody's eating the old Twinkies.
If they're willing to sample it. And it tastes exactly the same.
Ugh. Ugh. How about an alkaline solution to cremation? Because didn't you know cremation is a problem?
Okay, right. Okay.
Well, what is cremation? But the burning of a body, a human body, yes, or others.
Right.
But yeah. Flameless cremation offers an eco-friendly finale. The alkaline solution quickly dissolves human bodies.
It dissolves the bodies?
Yeah, according to Luke Roney of Newser.com, even in death, you have one final way to go green. The flameless cremation uses an alkaline solution of potash, salt, and water to quickly dissolve human bodies in a pressurized vessel, doing the work of 15 to 20 years in the ground in less than 2 hours.
Wow. Is this something that the mob has been using for years?
Jimmy Hoffa.
Where?
All you needed to know was potash, salt, and water.
We're dissolving bodies. I don't know what to do with this information.
Flameless creation boosters point to the fact that standard cremations take up fuel, take up to 4 hours, and spew some 550 pounds of carbon dioxide into the air. Once the chemical solution has done its job, per the CBC, the leftover coffee-colored effluents are just flushed into the sewer system. Oh. So, not only are you dissolved, but then you are flushed.
Then you are flushed.
Into the sewer system, where you will be cleaned, and I will drink you. Excuse me.
Isn't that kind of part of the cremation process, is that now I have the ashes of my loved one?
I thought that was part of the deal.
Right?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, people get all up in arms and legs, I guess, when bodies are swapped accidentally or otherwise. Proprietor John McQueen of the Anderson McQueen Funeral Home in St. Petersburg, Florida, became the first funeral home to offer flameless cremation. McQueen says, I can give you a long list of people who will say, hey, I don't want to be burned up.
Well,
you're dead.
Right, and I know that there is the thought that, well, but being dissolved, is that better?
I'm going to call my friend and funeral director.
Flushed?
Yeah, really.
Huh.
Flushed, and then don't forget, purified through the city's aquifer so that we can be recycled into drinking water.
So maybe, that will keep us from aging.
Folks, excuse me, we will be back with more positive business talk right on the other side of these messages. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM. You go to the parties, you see the shows, and you say, I wish I knew how to dance. Well, now you can learn. For a limited time, our chief bargain hunter has teamed up with Fred Astaire Dance Studios to bring you a special 15-lesson dance package for 50% off the regular price of $1,500. Visit denverhalfprice.com or just click the bargain hunter link on 710knus.com or krks.com for all the details to learn how you can finally learn those dances that will make you the hit of every event. That's Fred Astaire Dance Lessons for only $750, and the only place to find it is at denverhalfprice.com.
I founded Go Sober because traditional treatment doesn't treat the condition that makes it difficult for some people to stay away from alcohol. Alcohol is a chemical. Over time, too much of it causes a biochemical change in reward response, and until that change reverses, it's impossible to go very long without thinking about drinking. That's the failure mechanism. It's not a willpower or a character problem. It's persistent nagging that undermines the desire to remain sober. Talking about change or denying access does nothing to stop it. At Go Sober, treatment is real simple. Alcohol dependence develops simply from consuming a lot of alcohol over a long period of time. We treat it with other chemicals, medications that restore the normal reward response. These medications stop the thinking about drinking so people can get on with it. Call us to find out what we're all about. You'll gain useful information regardless.
That was Greg Hoffman, founder of Go Sober. Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or visit their website at gosober.org. That's 303-827-4837 or www.gosober.org.
Want a heavy-duty American-made vacuum that makes the others look like they Come to All Rays Vacuum and Sewing, where service and quality still count. All Rays Vacuum is the oldest vacuum location in town for over 35 years. With over 200 makes and models on display and over 10,000 bags, belts, and parts in stock, you'll be sure to find what you need. So visit All Rays for all your vacuum and sewing machine needs at 3740 South Broadway, just south of Hamden, or visit them online at allraysvacuum.com.
Do you know who's in your cyberspace? Over 30,000 websites and over 600,000 Facebook accounts are hacked daily. Don't be a victim. Tune into the new live call-in show, Hacked, The Charles Tendell Show, weekdays from 5 to 6 p.m. on KDMT. Hacked, The Charles Tendell Show will discuss cybersecurity issues that affect our daily lives, from Hillary's private server to ransomware to protecting your kids online and everything in between. Call in and get expert advice on Hacked, The Charles Tendell Show, every weekday from 5 to 6 p.m. on 1690 a.m. Denver's Money Talk.
I woke up last night to wind and hail. The wife was screaming, the kids did well.
Look at our roof.
They cried and cried.
The outside of the house is now inside.
The ceiling caved in.
New insulation. Everything's leaking.
Everyone's freaking when my know-it-all neighbor came over and said,
You know who I like.
Who?
Golden Spike.
Hi, this is Spike McCarthy, and our promise to you is roofing done right to the last nail.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Yeah, new car shopping?
Oh, great. There's a nice day wasted. I'd rather take a hit with a ball-peen hammer between the eyes than drive all over town.
Well, it's what one does when one car shops. I thought you liked shopping.
Shopping, not driving. Hey, speaking of, how about we go to the mall instead?
What? And this day had so much potential.
ColoradoAutomall.com. Local dealers with local inventory online. A virtual click away.
I'm ready to click and shop. Boot me up.
ColoradoAutomall.com.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Gosh, we're thankful that you've tuned in, and boy, howdy, are you in luck. We have our good friend Coach Brew in the house.
Right, Coach John Brubaker. We have him in every month. You can find him online at Coach Brew, B-R-U, CoachBrew.com. Speaker, award-winning author, and coach. And I'm going to have to ask you, Coach, you drinking a soda right now?
I am not, but I am sitting at a McDonald's as I speak to you.
Well, look at that. You're sitting at a McDonald's. You know, they offer dollar drinks over there, Coach Brew, every so often.
Yeah, I think we're going to make your listeners a little smarter today when it comes to this dollar drink deal, so I'm glad you brought that up.
All right. Talk to us.
So it's that time of year again when McDonald's does their any size drink for $1 promotion. Now, normally, I don't know if you frequent McDonald's, but normally a small is 99 cents, a medium's $1.29, and a large is $1.49. But for about 30 days at a time, they run this any size drink for $1 campaign. And at first glance, you might think this is a really great deal, and they're doing a really great thing for you until you understand what they're doing to you.
What are they doing to you other than getting you to get a large drink that you would normally have to spend $1.50 on? It's now only $1.
Well, they're trying to get you to redefine yourself. And here's what I mean by that, Angel. It's kind of human nature for us to look to get the best deal we can get. And when all the sizes are the same price, we're naturally going to choose the largest size we can get. Otherwise, you kind of feel like you're getting ripped off, right?
Right.
Like, why would you order a small for 99 cents and you can order a large
Exactly.
for 99 cents?
Exactly.
So, and it's actually what they want you to do. They want you to feel that way because it's such an attractive offer, more attractive than any of the competitors' promotions. They know you're not just going to go there once during this dollar drink deal. you're going to keep going, and you're going to return frequently as a repeat customer. And they run these typically for about a 30-day window. Now, is it any coincidence? Most psychologists and experts will tell you it takes about 30 days to create a new habit.
Okay, all right.
Eric, this is part of the genius of McDonald's. It's not health food, but they're really smart about the way they do business, because if you go there often enough for your 99-cent drink, you're going to start to redefine yourself as a large drinker. So if normally you went there, and in the winter they do this with their premium coffee. If normally you're a small coffee drinker, you're going to go for that large because it's the same price.
Right.
And 30 days of the habit, you've redefined yourself. So when the promotion ends...
And Coach Brew, before you get there, I want to make sure that you understand, because you just said they're trying to get you to redefine yourself to a large drinker. I'm thinking you're going to redefine yourself to a large drinker.
Well, not necessarily.
If you keep getting all those drinks, just saying.
Absolutely. And when the promotion ends and the price goes back to $1.50, they know, because they've now modified your behavior, your habit over 30 days, you're most likely going to continue to order the large even though it costs 50% more.
Got to have it.
That's kind of brilliant on their part.
Yeah.
Coach Brew.
And I think that the genius behind what they're doing, there's a lesson for all of us in that. And if you're a small business owner, how are you training your customers? And how are you, increasing your revenue 50% by helping them redefine themselves?
And they're doing it slowly, right? They're giving you the whole month to do that. It's not just a one-time, one-day short thing. That's not going to change who you are. It's this ongoing little process that is happening. Subtle.
And I think it does have to be subtle. And the analogy I like to use is, if you plant grass seed in your lawn and you just water it once a month with a big old fire hose, what's going to happen? Not much. It's probably going to die, right?
Yeah.
But if you just apply a little soft rain or sprinkler on a timer for a little bit every single day, it's going to grow. And that's really what McDonald's is doing. It's that soft rain technique. And just over time, they've gotten you to redefine yourself. I think we need to be careful, because we do redefine or attach labels to ourselves that can be counterproductive.
Okay, give us an example of a label that we have attached to ourselves that could be counterproductive.
Well, whether you're an adult or a child, like as a child, I would say I'm not very good at math. And I lived up to that. I wasn't very good at math.
Right? People say all the time,
as an adult,
I can't remember people's names, or I can't remember stuff.
Just the negative stories we tell ourselves all day long. All right.
And, on the flip side, there are positive stories too. Like, I'm a Toyota driver. I've attached that label to myself. I'm on my 7th Toyota, and that's just what I drive. I like a Toyota truck. So it works both ways, for us and to a detriment. But we need to be very careful how we're letting other brands train us, or how we're labeling ourselves. And McDonald's is just a great example of that, what they do.
It is a great example. And I got your newsletter, and I encourage our listeners to sign up for your newsletter. Several examples in there of applying this soft rain daily.
I'm going to apply it to my dating life.
Oh, you are?
I'm going to give away the first date for free and get them hooked. It's a 30-day date.
It's a 30-day date.
And I'm going to get them hooked on big, tall guys.
They can't quit you, Eric.
John, you're giving away something today, aren't you?
I am. I'd like to offer all of your awesome, amazing listeners a free copy of my book, The Coach Approach.
Oh, that's a good one.
Go to my website. Yeah, go to my website, coachbrew.com. That's coachbru.com. And it's right there for you.
The Coach Approach, it's probably not what you're thinking. You're not going to have to do any burpees, I promise. But it's going to help you in your leadership and business acumen. Good stuff. John, we love you, man. You're just fantastic.
You guys are the best. I really appreciate what you do.
Hey, and
difference every day.
Before you go, did you order just the drink today, or did you perhaps order something else?
I haven't ordered anything yet, but I'm going to go in and just to show them who's boss.
Right.
I'm going to get a small for 99 cents.
Okay.
You show them.
You do that. And if you order anything...
I'll post a picture for you.
Yeah, you do that. And if you order anything else, McDonald's is rubbing their hands going, we knew they weren't just going to get drinks.
Right?
It's a way to. It's a loss leader to. There's no loss. It costs them 5 cents for the whole thing.
Brilliant marketing by McDonald's and brought to us by Coach Brew. Sign up for his newsletter at coachbrew.com and also go to his website. He's going to give you a free copy of his book, The Coach Approach. You can learn from Coach Brew every single week, just like we do, and tune in monthly for him. coachbrew.com. Thanks, Coach, for being with us today.
You guys rock.
No, you rock. CoachBrew, BRU.com. All right, folks, we'll be back after the bottom of the hour news. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Angel and Eric, and this is the most positive business talk show in America. It's the Experience Pros Show.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show. Contact them on the web at Experience Pros.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no
This is Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock and investment advisor and financial planner for J.F. Thompson Wealth Management. Please join me on Denver's Money Talk Radio as we chat about how to protect your investment portfolio and overall financial plan. So listen to me, Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock, 8 a.m. on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. KDMT, where I coach you on how money really works.
Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock, weekday mornings at 8 on KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Are you concerned about outliving your money? How would you like to have guaranteed growth and a lifetime of income you could never outlive? Join Brett Roby for the Retirement and Income Radio Show on Saturdays at 7 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. You can also call Brett Roby now for your free customized Safe Information Money Kit and 115-page Safe Money Book at 866-780-7233, 866-780-SAFE.
Hi, this is Master Gunnery Sergeant Jeff Cooper. I also am a listener to 710 KNUS. After my wife and I survived a near-death head-on motorcycle crash, we called attorney Jeremy Cave for help. He worked day and night to get us what we were entitled to. Unlike a lot of attorneys today, Jeremy Cave makes house calls. He's been there for us every step of the way. Jeremy understands that many of you folks who listen to this station prefer to have a lawyer who sees things from your point of view. Well, I certainly do. I think it's time to put the personal back into handling personal injury. For more information, visit cavelawyer.com. Again, that's cavelawyer.com.
Jeremy Cave only gets paid when you do. Call Cave Law now for a free at-home consultation. 720-213-3737. If you're injured in an accident, call 720-213-3737 or check out the brand new website, cavelawyer.com. That's cavelawyer.com. Personal and caring service from Cave Law. Call Jeremy today. 0213-3737.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I wanted to share some of my experiences with Go Sober. I am a business owner here in Colorado and had been thinking about going sober literally for about 4 years. One of my biggest choices about going with Go Sober was that I'm a pretty private person, and when my alcohol addiction started, it started very privately. And when my rehabilitation started with Go Sober, it allowed me to rehabilitate privately, and having the flexibility of not having to go into a treatment program, going away from my family, away from my job. The infusions allowed me to put a reset button on loving myself again. My first infusion, I could go right past that neighborhood liquor store and not even think about stopping in and grabbing a bottle of wine. What's next for me is rediscovering all those things that I've lost.
Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or visit their website at gosober.org.
Hi, this is Hugh Hewitt for Granite Transformation. If it's time to redo your kitchen or your bath, this is a product you really have to see to believe. Beautiful granite, mosaic, or recycled glass countertops measured and cut to fit right over your existing countertops, so there's no messy tear out of your old counters. These are heat and stain resistant. They never need sealing, but most importantly, they are affordable and can be installed in most cases just one day. So give Todd Dutton and the staff at Granite Transformation a chance to earn your business. Call them today at 303-420-8920. That's 303-420-8920. I'm sure you'll be as impressed as I was. I've met Todd, so make sure you tell him that I told you to call and receive a free stainless steel sink and save an additional 10% just by stopping by their showroom. Let Todd and the folks at Granite Transformation save you time, money, and headaches. Call today at 303-420-8920. That's 303-420-8920. One of the great things I took away from my time in Colorado is a friendship with Todd. Make him your friend as well. Call 303-420-8920.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, F-A-N-B-R-A-G. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
What are you doing there?
I am preparing my voice.
Oh, are you going to do some Macbeth or something?
Something a little more relevant than Macbeth. I am going to help you deliver the 10 Commandments.
Oh, is this your 10 Commandment voice?
This is my 10 Commandment voice.
Okay, all right. Well, we have the 10 Commandments for launching a successful, what do you call it? Startup, right? From Peter Economy. Right ways and wrong ways to launch a successful startup, right? There's lots of ways. We've all struggled, right? We've all had challenges.
True.
You know, things that we kind of wish we could go back and redo, or mistakes we wish we didn't have to learn the hard way.
Now, I got to tell you, I'm on the record as having sometimes having a differing point of view from Mr. Economy.
Yes, you do.
He thinks that because he has a name that says economy in it, that he just gets a pass. And sometimes I'm unwilling to give him the pass.
I don't think that's why he thinks he gets a pass.
But
no, I think that's why you think you should give him a pass.
We will find out.
I don't think
whether or
that
not.
he thinks that just because his last name is Economy that you should give him a pass.
He looks in the mirror every morning. I know this.
No, you know this.
And says,
"Who's
the economy?
Are you bathroom buddies?
You're the economy. I'm the economy. Let's go do the economy." And then he writes, and sometimes I disagree. But we're going to see if we agree or disagree. I have not judged.
This is not a matter of Eric is the judge today. He's judging. Right? All right. So are you
on with this now?
You're gonna read these?
I am.
Right. Okay. Go.
You ready?
Yeah.
The 10 Commandments, according to Peter Economy, for launching a successful startup. Commandment number 1: ensure that every member on your team can articulate your company's value proposition.
They don't start with thou shalt. I mean, aren't they commandments? Isn't it a thou shalt?
Take 2. Commandment number 1: Thou shalt ensure that every member on thy team can articulate your company's value proposition.
Yeah,
Is that better?
Yeah, a little hard. Sure. So, what problem does your product or service solve for your customers? Why should they pick you over the competition?
And it's important for your staff to know that.
Everybody on the team needs to know why people should be doing business with you.
Yeah.
And they should buy into that.
Chalk one for Peter Economy. I agree.
Oh, Eric agrees.
Thou shalt not mock. That's not one of them, but that's the 11th. Commandment number 2. Thou shalt recruit the best management possible.
Well, for launching a successful startup, it is all about the people. So making sure your top leadership team is talented and well-equipped, because there will be struggles that arise. So can they handle the struggles? Can they handle the challenges? Will they still be there, holding arms, thick or thin? We're getting through this.
I agree. 2 for Peter Economy.
2. I'll do the count.
All right.
1, 2.
2. All right. Commandment number 3. Fail is not a 4-letter word. Wrong. But making the same mistake twice is unconscionable.
So perhaps the commandment should read, thou shalt not make the same mistake twice.
Oh, I like that better.
Right?
I like that better.
Right? Because, we are going to make mistakes, but hopefully we are going to learn from our mistakes and not repeat them and just do more of the same.
Correct.
Right?
And I did count the letters. The fail is a 4-letter word.
Well, it's not a bad word.
It's not
a bad word.
No.
And when you think of the quote-unquote 4-letter word, you think it's a bad word. And it's not. It's actually, it's a stepping stone to success.
All right. Commandment number 4. Thou shalt realize the stakeholder is always right.
Which is kind of scary when you think
I
about
disagree with
when you think about some of the decisions that stakeholders have made with CEOs in large companies. You think about, Starbucks and Howard Schultz and Apple and Steve Jobs, and at some point the stakeholders, even though this was your company, you started your founding beliefs, that at some point it gets out from under you. And then they decide they don't need you, and so this is scary.
Peter's point is you need to listen to the people who have a stake in your business,
I
whether
agree
it's
with
your
that.
customers or your employees or your investors, and that's true. The stakeholder is not always right. They're always the stakeholder.
They are the stakeholder.
Treat them with respect and make responding to their needs your top priority. I agree with that part. Okay.
Okay, so Erica's only agreed with 2 and disagreed with 2.
Okay. So we're keeping score. We're even. Commandment number 5. Thou shalt learn from the mistakes of the early adopter.
Okay. All right. So the early bird, as it turns out, does not always get the worm. They say, watch where the brave first pilgrim missteps and learn. So we are going to make mistakes early on. You're not going to know everything, and that's okay. You're going to go out and start it and try it before having all the data, all the information, because you're not going to let that part paralyze you.
Yes.
You're going to go out there, you're going to make the mistakes, and it isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the 10 commandments for launching a successful startup.
According to Peter Economy,
whose
that
name
Eric,
just happens to be Economy.
Eric is, trying to decide whether or not as we go along,
I'm going to give this one to him.
Yes or no.
I'm going to give this one to him.
Okay.
You got to learn from the mistakes, and the early adopter is usually the one who cuts the path of mistakes.
Right.
Commandment number 6. Your IP is an irreplaceable asset, and we mean intellectual property.
So, thou shalt protect your intellectual property?
Yes.
Maybe would be a good commandment?
Thou shalt protect your intellectual property.
Okay.
Thank you for...
All right. Your intellectual property is extremely valuable, and it is the thing that is so easy for people to steal. We have great, on the Extreme Customer Service Directory, we have some great resources helping you protect your intellectual property, things that you brand names and taglines and ideas and concepts that are yours and yours alone. It's your creativity. You can outsource pretty much anything else, but it's the creativity that people are buying into, and you need to protect it.
I agree with that.
Okay.
I do.
All
so
right.
now we've got a little, we're leaning in Peter's economy way. We got to get to number 8, though, because it's really good. You ready? Mm-hmm. This is number 7. Commandment number 7, if thou thinkest it cannot be accomplished, thou art correct.
Well, true. If you think you can, you're right. If you think you can't, you're right.
Your minds are powerful, and we agree. Let's do number 8.
Okay.
Commandment number 8, thou knowest financials are likest bikinis.
Excuse me?
What they reveal is suggestive, your financials, but what they conceal is vital.
You're liking our financials to bikinis?
I'm liking number 8.
You just like that he said the word bikini.
Your financials...
I think that now how Eric thinks of Peter Economy has just been raised a tad because he used the word bikini in an article.
Just be careful not to reveal too much.
He was all against
Just
Peter
enough.
Economy because he's like, his last name
Don't
is
reveal too
Economy.
much.
And so because he has economy in his name, he thinks we should listen to him, which I don't think that's what Peter thinks at all.
Remember.
But now that he has used the word bikini, Eric's like, respect for
Well, I
economy.
mean, here's an image for you. Financials are like bikinis. What they reveal is suggestive. What they conceal is vital. Don't reveal too much. Just enough. All right. Commandment number 9. Thou shalt remember the words of George Bernard Shaw, who wasn't invented when this voice was. All progress depends on an unreasonable person.
Progress depends on an unreasonable person.
Name one genius who isn't crazy.
At least a little bit.
Right?
I tell the kids, a little bit crazy is okay.
That's exactly
right.
right.
It's almost necessary. Right? You got to be able to just think outside the box, push it to the edge, and go outside the norm.
And finally, commandment number 10, thou shalt not believe thine own bull hockey.
Okay, don't fool yourself into thinking you're better and smarter than you really are, Eric Raymer or Peter Economy.
That's exactly right. BS stands for Barbara Streisand. We'll be back with more positive business talk just on the other side. Thanks, Pete Economy. You actually won this round.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
This is Michael Medved for Townhall.com. Comic book superheroes have come to dominate popular culture as never before. Of the top 10 opening weekends in Hollywood history, 7 of them featured superheroes from Marvel or DC Comics. Most recently, Iron Man and other luminaries from the Marvel Galaxy co-starred with Captain America in Civil War, which earned nearly $200 million in its first 3 days of release. These familiar figures, each with distinctive powers, personalities, and backstories, function as Olympians for the ancient Greeks or Norse gods for the Vikings. Is it a coincidence that the power of these comic book gods has increased just as the perceived authority of the biblical God seems to have dissipated, with an unprecedented 20% of Americans now describing themselves as disconnected from organized religion? Batman and Superman may be beloved figures, but they offer a feeble substitute for the more significant, more richly human figures in Scripture. I'm Michael Medved.
After 35 years in law enforcement, I thought I'd seen it all and survived it all, and had witnessed firsthand how the scourge of alcohol destroyed lives and families, leaving only heartbreak and suffering in its wake. Yet even armed with that knowledge, I was not immune to the manner in which alcohol crept into my own life, slowly drawing me away from all that I loved to the point where the urge to drink became the only constant. Promises made in the morning to quit, to stop, quickly faded when the sun went down. I tried a number of solutions, from 12 steps to healthcare intervention, but none of it worked. And then I found Go Sober. The cravings ended almost immediately. The follow-up care reintroduced me to a life I thought was gone forever. I've rediscovered the joy of living. The sadness is gone. If you or someone you love is ready to fight alcohol and get your life back on track, you owe it to yourself to include Go Sober in your battle plan.
Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or go to their website, gosober.org. Are you interested in being your own boss but don't know where to start? Made Right offers home-based business opportunities for people without business experience, so you can build a better life for you and your family. For a limited time, our chief bargain hunter has teamed up with Made Right to offer a franchise for 50% off. That's only $3,300. Visit denverhalfprice.com or just click the bargain hunter link on 710knus.com or krks.com for all the details and see why a home-based business with Made Right is the right fit for you. That's a Made Right franchise for only $3,300, and the only place to find it is at denverhalfprice.com.
This is Michael Medved for townhall.com. Comic book superheroes have come to dominate popular culture as never before. Of the top 10 opening weekends in Hollywood history, 7 of them featured superheroes from Marvel or DC Comics. Most recently, Iron Man and other luminaries from the Marvel galaxy co-starred with Captain America in Civil War, which earned nearly $200 million in its first 3 days of release. These familiar figures, each with distinctive powers, personalities, and backstories, function as Olympians for the ancient Greeks or Norse gods for the Vikings. Is it a coincidence that the power of these comic book gods has increased just as the perceived authority of the biblical God seems to have dissipated, with an unprecedented 20% of Americans now describing themselves as disconnected from organized religion? Batman and Superman may be beloved figures, but they offer a feeble substitute for the more significant, more richly human figures in Scripture. I'm Michael Medved.
So you thought that putting off your hearing test for another year wasn't a big deal. Well, maybe you should think again. I'm Barbara Jenkins, Colorado's first board-certified doctor of audiology. For the last few years, we've known that untreated hearing loss increases your risk of dementia. Now, a study from Johns Hopkins shows that untreated hearing loss actually causes brain shrinkage. Not only does this affect your communication ability, but it also affects your memory as well. It's just one more in a litany of studies that underscores the importance of treating your hearing loss now, not later. For a synopsis of this study, or to have your hearing tested, go to advancedaudiology.com or call us at 303-649-2122. Hearing problems are easy to dismiss, but treating them now can help more than just your ears. That's 303-649-2122. Because at Advanced Audiology, we take your hearing seriously.
Are you buying a car? Are you excited about wandering all over town to find it? Or looking forward to wasting time on national websites with cars for sale on some lot or backyard in New Jersey? Well, here's a local resource, ColoradoAutomall.com. Before you waste one more dollar, one more gallon of gas, or one more minute of your time online, go to ColoradoAutomall.com, where local dealers show their local inventory one click away. It's virtual, it's user-friendly, and it's loaded with cars, trucks, boats, RVs, and motorcycles, new and used, from local dealers. ColoradoAutomall.com.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We will interact with you live on the show. We want to hear from you. Go ahead and pick up the phone. Call us at 855-FANBRAG, 855-326-2724. Tell us who's getting it right, and we'll talk about your business as well. And don't forget about ExperienceProsDeals.com. What a phenomenal. I just got word from the back office here. We're getting ready to roll out some deals today. Oh! Wow.
Listen to you. You get the whole grovelly voice.
I can't tell you what they're going to be until they roll out. But I can tell you, check ExperienceProsDeals.com throughout the day, because what is going to be new there is going to rock your world.
I love it. ExperienceProsDeals.com, the new place for you to shop. Also, the great new place for you to advertise your company. And we do it all through our Salem stations here in Denver, Colorado. Go online.
Absolutely.
At ExperienceProsDeals.com. Check it out yourself and make sure you post your deals today. There's no cost to post your deal.
Just scroll down to the bottom of the page, click the Feature My Business button.
Right? And there's no cost to fan brag every single day.
The best part of this show is free.
Right? So call us 855-FAN-BRAG and say something nice about somebody else in business. And then we'll let you tell our listeners your contact information as well.
So, Angel, who are you voting for?
Don't you want to know? It's like, right? And, it's one of those, it's like the lesser of evils, right? We've got, people on this side, on one side of the camp saying, I don't like that person. Actually, I don't like either of them.
Right.
But I don't like that person more
than I don't like this person. Yeah.
So, and I'm not going to not vote.
And it's interesting because it's actually blurring political lines.
Right.
Because we don't like each of the candidates more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing: as we enter into this election cycle, especially in 2016, and I said to Angel during the commercial break as we were leading up to this, I think this is true for all election cycles, but I think it's more true because of the polarization of this cycle, because Trump changed everything in the political game. In 2016, talking politics at work can make things very uncomfortable.
Right? It used to be the old etiquette rule was we didn't discuss religion in politics, right, in public, right? But it's pretty much fallen by the wayside. And of course, it's spilling over into the workplace and possibly making a hostile environment for your workers. On Sunday, the Society for Human Resource Management released a survey showing that 26% of employers are saying there's a greater political volatility in the office than compared with previous election cycles. They're saying this campaign is heavier on anger and it's spilling into the workplace conversations.
Yeah, only 5% of them are saying there's less tension, but some of those reporting less discussions say it's likely because people are trying harder to avoid it. And so we want to talk a little bit, and we're the business side of the conversation, and we don't stray away from this conversation. We're not going to tell you who to vote for. We're not going to tell you who we endorse. We're not going to do any of that. But what we are going to say is that there are some very serious HR issues and could leave the legalities out of it. It could cause hard feelings among your coworkers, and it could be the brood of some very difficult moving forward.
Right. Of course. Yeah. Those discussions are possibly causing difficult, hostile work environment, even potential harassment claims, right? They say for employers, regulating political discussion is a tricky balance,
sure,
right? Discussion of minimum wage, equal pay, paid leave, things that affect working conditions might be protected by federal labor laws, but anything careless comments about race, gender, or religion can lead to harassment or discrimination claims.
I like a good political debate. I really do. And I know lots of friends like a good political debate. But in this cycle, it seems like we've lost tact, right?
Mm-hmm.
The gloves are off. And it's really heavy on anger.
Yeah, it was very heavy on anger. And of course, only one person to have this inflammatory discussion. So here's the thing. The law gives private employers wide latitude for regulating political speech during work hours. Employees at private companies do not have a constitutional right to free speech or expression at work. So you cannot use the time for political activity, wear campaign t-shirts, you can't post posters in the workspace. It is not protected under the First Amendment.
Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so you can say as the employer, this is not a space for this conversation.
Yeah.
And they do not have the right to free speech while they are at work. Which is, I think, an interesting thing for us as citizens to think, well, I can talk about it, I can say what I want, I can share it, but you cannot at work. The law actually protects that. So if your company has instilled a no politics zone, they get to.
Sure.
Right? And I think that's just an interesting Just an interesting piece of that. So no matter what's going on, even if you have the news that is playing the stories,
right?
Keep your comments to a minimum, and stay out of it in the workplace.
All right.
So that you still have a job after. People still want to work with you.
Yeah,
right?
it's an important piece, and I think that it's all too often overlooked. Hey, do you know what America's favorite fast food restaurant is?
I'm gonna guess Chick-fil-A.
You are correct.
I am?
You are correct. Chick-fil-A is the highest-ranking fast food restaurant in the country for consumer satisfaction, according to the American Customer Satisfaction Index report of 2016, released on Tuesday. The Georgia-based chicken chain took home the top spot by a wide margin, with 87 points on a scale of 100. So congratulations to them.
What about Qdoba or Chipotle? Are they on there?
Okay, let's see. Qdoba or Chipotle. Boy, they took a hit.
They did.
They tumbled 6% down to 78. So they're not doing so well.
Oh.
They had the multi-state E. coli outbreak that began at the end of 2015.
Right. A lot of people felt that was a conspiracy against them, and so I thought maybe people would rally for them because of it.
Good news for McDonald's, though. McDonald's jumped 3%. They went up 3%.
That's because they go doing their dollar deals, right?
They're still in last place.
No. But they're going to get you to drink a large Coke.
Yeah. Well,
right?
Here's the issue that the response from them says when the restaurant's been around as long as McDonald's has, you get brand fatigue going on, and that's what they're thinking. But you still can't get your dollar Coke. Get a large. Folks, don't go anywhere. We will be back after this news break, top of the hour, station IDs. You're listening to Angel and Eric. This is the most positive business talk show in America. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact the Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or contact them on the web at experiencepros.com or on Facebook and Twitter at Experience Pros. If your customers love you, we want to know you. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Arvada, Denver. We're all about money.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. 2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than ExperiencePros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting ExperiencePros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than Experience.
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate, weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate, weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 and MoneyTalk1690.com.
Hi, my name is Greg, and I wanted to talk about alcohol treatment. There's a reason why it's difficult to stay quit, and it has nothing to do with character or willpower. It has everything to do with brain reward chemistry. Alcohol screws up the ability to produce sufficient dopamine, and any successful treatment has to fix that first. Go Sober restores the dopamine response. The process takes about 8 weeks. It involves medications and lifestyle changes. It costs about the same as a DUI with a much happier outlook. Take a look at their website at www.gosober.org or call 303-827-4837. They're nice people who understand the science of addiction and what to do about it. This is the last treatment you'll ever need.
If you or someone you love is ready to fight alcohol and get your life back on track, you owe it to yourself to include Go Sober in your battle plan.
This is Roger Michalski from Eagle Financial Publications. Are you a dividend investor? If so, let me tell you about a website that has just about every resource that a dividend investor could ask for. It's called dividendinvestor.com. We just launched a new and improved version of it, and there's nothing else like it. When you log on to dividendinvestor.com, you'll find screening tools plus an all-star ranking system to help you find the best dividend opportunities. There's a scorecard to track the dividends in your very own portfolio, plus time-sensitive updates so you'll be the first to know when dividends go up or go down, and so many other features. Be my guest. Log on for free today at dividendinvestor.com. Set up a portfolio and see how easy it is to work the dividend calculator. And be sure to take the website tour to discover all the other great benefits. I'm convinced dividendinvestor.com will pay dividends to your bottom line. Go to dividendinvestor.com now. Dividendinvestor.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know that customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Eric and Angel here, helping you get your business right. But first, you know what comes.
It's the news.
It's time. It's time for You Choose the News. game show at the top of the hour that really has very little to do with choice because Angel's going to do all the choosing, and has very little to do with the news because I selected it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I've actually got 4 stories for you, and we'll see if we can get through them all. And if we do, there's even a bonus story. Oh boy, I'm telling you, it's big news today. Here, buy my house. I'm not moving. That's story number 1.
Okay.
Story number 2, it looks like leather. It feels like leather. That's it. That's all I'm going to give you. Or story number 3, you bankers, bend over. Or story number 4, McSmoothies.
McSmoothies?
McSmoothies.
Oh, we've been talking about McDonald's. What else they got?
All right. Well, in Washington, a man created a new way to consume food from McDonald's by making a smoothie made entirely from the restaurant's food. Oh, well.
Like a Big Mac in your blender?
Like multiples.
Hey, here's my Big Mac, here's my fries, and my apple pie.
There is a YouTube user who goes by the name Bad Things for Bad People. True, that's his username. Bad Things for Bad People shared a video showing a smoothie being made by placing several McDonald's burgers into a juicer. The smoothie, which he calls junk juice, consists of 9 McDonald's cheeseburgers,
9,
a bag full of French fries, and a soda. The burgers and fries came together to make a meaty
did our
brown paste.
Just like all protrude just in listening to that?
I'm sucking mine up. The burgers and fries came together to make create a meaty brown paste before the soda was added to the mixture, providing a more liquid texture. A man can be seen drinking an entire glass of the mixture at the end of the video next to a trash can to contain portions of the smoothie that he spit out. Yeah.
Oh.
McSmoothie. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. So, hey, you bakers, bend over. Or it looks like leather. It feels like leather.
Let's do the leather.
You want to do that one?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't want to hear the last one?
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Right.
You're going to give me all of them.
I'm going to try. There's a new material that looks like, feels like leather, but it is not. It's made from pineapple leaves. Animal leather alternatives like polyurethane and PVC leather may have solved the fashion industry's animal cruelty problem, but they're not the most environmentally friendly solutions. Pinatex, a new leather-like material made from pineapple leaves. On the other hand, yes, ma'am.
They feel like leather?
May be the all-around eco leather that we've been waiting for.
Really? Can it be dyed different colors?
I believe that it might be.
Right? Can we make it into handbags and shoes and jackets?
Shoes, backpacks, wallets, all of that is done. It's this new vegan leather is made from bonded fibers that are extracted from pineapple leaves on plantations by farmers before they're cut up and layered.
Right, they were just going to throw those things away anyways.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did they discover that?
Years of research and hard work going on to produce 1 square meter of medium thickness Pinatex. 480 pineapple leaves are required. That might seem like a lot, but it's only the leaves from 16 pineapples. Leaves which are otherwise left to rot on the fields after the pineapples are picked.
Clever.
And I'm looking at this stuff, and it's gorgeous. I can't wait to get my hands on it and see if it feels like leather.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
All right. So, hey, you bakers, bend over or buy my house. I'm not moving.
How do you sell a house you're not leaving?
That's a good question, but in Nashville, a man has figured it out. Buying your first house is supposed to be a joyous occasion, but for young Tamara Holloway from Nashville, Tennessee, it's been a terrible nightmare that she couldn't wake up from because the man she bought the house from refuses to move out.
You can't sell a house and still live in it.
Holloway,
well, I guess Hugh Hefner is doing that, but we knew that was part of the deal when you bought it.
You buy it with you.
Yeah.
Holloway closed on the home on June 1st, and although there was no clause in the contract that stated former owner Justin McCrory couldn't stay there past that date, he simply wouldn't leave. The transaction went through, and they're getting good, clean property, he told local reporters. What's the problem? I technically don't have to go anywhere. They have to evict
sold
me.
The house.
They'd have to evict me, and they're not having that.
What?
Yeah. So Tamara Holloway says it's been a nightmare. The seller essentially pirated my house. Yeah. Here's the issue. Is it goes around the issue or the phrase squatters' rights, and the man is
Does
abusing.
he have squatters' rights? He sold the house.
He sold the house. However, now that he's occupying the house that he sold, because he never vacated it,
It falls
the
under.
new owner is the landlord, and therefore must evict the tenant, even if the tenant doesn't have a contract. It's
Or ever
squatters'
approved
rights.
for him,
It can take up to 6 to 9 months.
Oh my gosh.
To get rid of this guy.
Oh my gosh.
What?
So here she's a brand new homeowner buying a house for the first time, right? The
Cannot
American
move in.
dream. And this man won't leave her house.
Right.
Can she sell it?
Who's going to buy it in that condition? I don't know. I don't think she can sell it. It's
Can you go to the bank and
it's
get out of it
unreasonable
somehow?
all the way around. I don't think
Can't
so.
lawyers do something? I mean,
I don't
yeah, I
know.
mean, we've got lawyers suing Starbucks for leaving room in your cup so it doesn't overspill when you hand it to you in the handoff plane.
Right.
And you can't get this man out of her house?
There's certain laws that apply that give the guy the rights he's got. It sucks. It just does. And he's abusing her.
Yes.
And he's abusing the law.
Yes.
So there you have it. And I'm pretty sure.
I don't like this news.
I'm pretty sure mortgage lenders are figuring a way right now to deal with it.
Solve that problem.
All right. In Beijing, 8 employees of a rural bank in China have been publicly spanked. Yes, slapped on the bottom.
Oh, like this isn't
Spanked.
metaphorically? This isn't.
Bend over.
Like with a.
Smackety smack,
Because
smack,
you
smack.
said you like to spank the balls when you go golfing, right? Right, but that's like a phrase,
Yeah, I've heard that before.
right?
Yeah.
No.
Let's move on. This is spanking with a wooden stick, which is not altogether unlike golfing. But each employee got 4 swats on the hindquarters because they didn't perform well.
They got
Yeah. And a corporate coach doing a team building exercise organized by the bank was the one who did the spanking.
Oh, was it the same guy who did the sweat lodge thing?
I don't know, but it's also claimed that the same coach shaved a man's head half bald as a punishment. Which half? I just want to know. Yeah, the statement said that the Rural Commercial Bank hired a corporate coaching firm from Shanghai to train its employees on Saturday on professional development. At the event, a total of 216 bank staff were divided into 27 teams, and the bottom-ranked team, including 4 men and 4 women, were spanked by the corporate coach and told to reflect on their poor performance, according to the judge.
Yeah, sometimes we professional development coaches get a little carried away with our authority.
By the way, the two executives from the bank's supervisory body have been removed from their post.
Okay.
So spank
Okay.
you very much.
All right.
Guess what? We have more time.
Oh, you're welcome. I did that just for you.
Well, I don't.
Because you're like, Angel, we have bonus today.
I don't think for a moment you did it for me, but you're going to like this one. We've talked about drones before. The little flying doohickeys. Amazon wants to drop packages, and recently as this week, the FAA has relaxed its stance on drones that weigh less than a certain weight, I think 56 pounds or something like that. So you don't have to sign up and register and be licensed and all that. In all of that, you do have to keep them under 400 feet still.
Okay.
In Rockaway Beach, Oregon, an Oregon drone enthusiast demonstrated a practical use for the device by using it to deliver coffee to a couple in a boat. Drone takes off from the shore on the fishing line and heads out to deliver coffee through the air The delivery's made safely without any spillage. Good
Wow,
news.
impressive.
Get your coffee by drone. Folks, we have to take a quick break. When we come back, more positive business news. How's your cash flow? We're going to talk about that next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
This is Steve Replin, and I'd like to share a secret. No great business has ever succeeded without a great team. As a lawyer, a CPA, and a lender, I've advised more than 4,000 growing businesses just like yours. My system of fast-track business coaching integrates all of my skills for your business growth. To schedule a complimentary one-hour conversation to see how we can get your business on the fast track to growth, call me at 303-322-7919. That's 303-322-7919.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing during the decline in the U.S. economy, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-273-0135. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-273-0135 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-273-0135 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-273-0135.
This is Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock and investment advisor and financial planner for J.F. Thompson Wealth Management. Please join me on Denver's Money Talk Radio as we chat about how to protect your investment portfolio and overall financial plan. So listen to me, Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock, 8 a.m. on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. KDMT, where I coach you on how money really works.
Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock, weekday mornings at 8 on KDMT.
After 35 years in law enforcement, I thought I'd seen it all and survived it all, and had witnessed firsthand how the scourge of alcohol destroyed lives and families, leaving only heartbreak and suffering in its wake. Yet even armed with that knowledge, I was not immune to the manner in which alcohol crept into my own life, slowly drawing me away from all that I loved to the point where the urge to drink became the only constant. Promises made in the morning to quit, to stop, quickly faded when the sun went down. I tried a number of solutions, from 12 steps to healthcare intervention, but none of it worked. And then I found Go Sober. The cravings ended almost immediately. The follow-up care reintroduced me to a life I thought was gone forever. I've rediscovered the joy of living. The sadness is gone. If you or someone you love is ready to fight alcohol and get your life back on track, you owe it to yourself to include Go Sober in your battle plan.
Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or go to their website, gosober.org.
It's a difficult decision. When you finally decide to have your hearing tested, where do you go for professional care? Tens of thousands are spent every week on ads trying to convince you to come in for a free hearing test or a sale that's this week only. For professional care, I suggest you take a different approach. I'm Dr. Barbara Jenkins, owner of Advanced Audiology. I have 25 years of hospital and clinical experience treating both hearing loss and tinnitus. My first suggestion? Ask your physician who they would go to, not just who's on their list. Who do they trust? Second, go online and search Doctor of Audiology and then type in your area. You don't want an evaluation performed by a technician or hearing aid salesperson. Your hearing is a serious concern, so you should treat it as such. For more information, go to advancedaudiology.com or call 303-649-2122. Because at Advanced Audiology, we take your hearing seriously.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. I cannot be out of money. I still have checks left.
Do you remember when that was kind of your logical reasoning behind it? Well, of course, in business, cash flow is probably one of the biggest struggles we have. We're making money, but it seems to be flowing out faster than we can contain it. Don't you wish there was some kind of cash flow engineering system? Well, we brought in our expert, Jeff Prager, one of the founders of Cash Flow Engineering. Cash Flow Engineering is a training and consulting company helping small and medium-sized businesses develop and implement marketing, sales, operational, and financial systems that generate consistent and predictable cash flow. Jeff Prager, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
I look forward to being here.
Jeff, very nice to have you. Let's start with this question. We see companies get into the game and then get out almost as fast. And in fact, we see more companies getting out of the game than are getting in these days. What is the deal? Why can't companies drive that consistent, sustainable, and predictable cash flow?
Well, the biggest problem is that they're just not oriented to following their cash flow and driving their cash flow. So cash flow obviously is the bottom line. For instance, if you're selling a lot and it's receivables, you can't go to the grocery market and spend your receivables.
Right.
So you have to orient the business, grow the business in a way that allows the cash flow to keep up with you.
Yeah, which makes sense. Right, in theory.
Easier said than done.
Right? Exactly. I have a friend who says you can tell the state of your business by your accounts receivables, and he encourages encourages business owners to have a high level of receivables going in, so you can predict what's coming down the future. I've always struggled with that. That doesn't make any sense to me when it comes to accrual and cash flow and all of this. Money, I just need more money to come in than I'm spending.
Well, you're thinking in common sense, and that's the problem with accounting. Accounting is not common sense.
It's supposed to be numbers. It's supposed to be common sense, no?
But it's the following the right numbers, and most of them that you need to follow aren't just related to your financial statements. For instance, your number of leads, the way you generate your closing ratio, the lifetime value of customers. There are a lot of important numbers. We've got it down to 7 that are key to running your business.
Absolutely.
But if you follow these numbers, cash flow should happen, but don't think like an accountant. We business owners think in terms of money coming in and money going out.
Right.
Financial statements are about balance sheet and income statement.
Projections and promises.
Well, projections are important, but cash flow projections.
Right. Okay, so let's stick to the topic of that cash flow. You say there are several reasons, I think you give 5, that companies run out of cash. Let's break it down and follow the trail of the 5 reasons that companies end up short.
Okay, the first reason is the inability to define a profitable model. They haven't defined their income streams, they haven't defined their cash flow, and they haven't defined their profitability. And make no mistake about it, profit and cash flow are 2 different conversations.
They are.
Yeah.
Okay, so think about Amazon. Amazon, I think, went to 2003 before they made their first profit.
What?
Yet they were making money. Right? They were selling stuff.
But they were following their cash. They were getting it through debt and equity. So they were getting more cash in than they were laying out. And that's the key, is to understand this cash flow, because in a startup, you're usually behind the 8 ball until you get over the hurdle.
Okay.
So you need to plan for that. So that's the number one thing, is create a business model, but think in terms of the long term. Not where you are today.
I like that a lot.
We're talking with Jeff Prager, one of the founders of Cash Flow Engineering, discussing why top reasons companies run out of cash. Okay, what's another reason, Jeff?
One of the other reasons we find out, and I find this a lot, is people don't price their products correctly.
What?
Yeah.
We don't know how much to charge. It is so confusing.
Services I would understand, but products?
Well, I do a lot of consulting in, let's say, the construction industry.
Sure.
And one of the biggest things I have to deal with is their pricing models. People don't understand the difference between markup and gross margin, they're related mathematically, but they're not the same number. So they think if they mark it up 25%, they're making 25%, and that's a fallacy. Okay, so usually you have to charge, to get a gross margin of 25%, you have to mark up your cost about 30%.
Interesting.
But I think a lot of times people don't know really what their costs are to produce that product or service.
You guys need to know COGS.
Right. And that's part of the step one, which is what's your profit model?
Right.
Do you know your gross profit margin? In other words, what's it cost you to fulfill your service or product?
Yeah.
Once you know that, then we could start doing planning.
That acronym I just gave, COGS, that's cost of goods sold. Good solid. Okay, so we've got those two. What's another one? Why are companies running out of cash?
Leadership.
What?
What happens is you start a business, and I've started a few businesses that I've taken very large, made large, but leadership fails to communicate to their people what is expected. So the people are kind of working blindly, and they don't know what their goals are, what their metrics are, and what is the difference between being employed successfully and unsuccessfully.
Right, and it's really easy to, everybody around you, as long as they look busy, right, and they've got activities, projects they're working on, looks like we're being productive. But if we don't have those metrics that we need to be, measuring, that these are the key things we need to be working on every day, then we're just busy and not creating any cash flow.
And they're not integrating all the parts. So if you think about the three major parts of a business, sales and marketing, actually it should be marketing and sales.
Yes.
Okay. Operations and financial management, they're not integrated together and working for the same goals.
We've got about 30 seconds, 45 seconds left. So give us one more reason that people are losing the cash flow game.
They're not communicating their USP, unique selling proposition, to their customers.
Yikes.
And so again, it gets down to communication at all levels of the chain. As you were talking about earlier today, all the stakeholders don't know what's at stake.
That's exactly right.
I think a lot of times, Jeff, we think, okay, there's not enough cash because we're not selling enough. And yet none of these reasons really, pointed out to that. Now, cash flow engineering, you've got a website you want our listeners to follow up with you at, yes?
Yes. Cashflowengineering.com.
All right. And call to action, you want them to sign up for your newsletter?
Yeah, we send out a weekly tip to all our subscribers, no cost. And we also put together a little brochure, 5 key myths that are killing American businesses.
All right. Cashflowengineering.com. Go there, sign up, and check out Jeff Prager. He's going to be good for your business, guarantee it. Don't go anywhere, folks. We have to take a quick break. But when we come back, more positive business talk. Going to put a ribbon around it and tie it up in a bow. This is Angel and Eric.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. 2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no
Business never takes a break. Neither do we. So take Denver's Money Talk 1690 AM with you with our brand new mobile app. Stay up to the minute with breaking news, market strategies, current trends, and more wherever you are. With live streaming, listen to your favorite Money Talk shows whenever you want, on demand. It's like a personal advisor in your pocket. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Download the brand new Money Talk app on iTunes or the Google Play Store, or at moneytalk1690.com.
In the summer, it's hot in the upstairs bedrooms most of the day. My office is up there, man, and it's sweltering. So we use one of those big fans in the evening, but it pulls in too much dust and pollen. My allergies are going crazy. So my AC is running constantly, and the only cool place in the house is the basement. My wife's starting insisting we buy a new air conditioner, and that's when I called the people at Air Swap. Air Swap showed me my furnace and air conditioner are the right size for my house, and my air conditioner was working just fine. They adjusted the ductwork, created stronger airflow to distribute all that cool air in the basement, and this even helped us save electricity. The house is more comfortable in the winter, too. They reduced the big temperature difference between the floors, and now the upstairs is comfortable during the day and early evening. Yeah, I'd call Air Swap. 303-761-0729. 303-761-0729. And you can check them out on the web at air-swap.com. air-swap.com. That's 303-761-0729 or air-swap.com. Yeah, I'm really glad I called Air Swap.
If you or a loved one has had your life turned upside down due to an accident, call Jeremy Cave. He'll work day and night to get you the money you're entitled to. Unlike a lot of attorneys today, Jeremy Cave makes house calls, and he's there for you every step of the way. Cave Law understands that many of you folks who listen to this station prefer to have a lawyer who sees things from your point of view. Well, Cave Law thinks it's time to put the personal back into handling personal injury. Call Jeremy Cave today, 720-213-3737. Jeremy Cave only gets paid when you do. Call Cave Law now for a free at-home consultation, 720-213-3737. If you're injured in an accident, call 720-213-3737 or check out their brand new website, cavelawyer.com. That's cavelawyer.com. Personal and caring service from Cave Law. Call Jeremy today at 720-213-3737 or visit cavelawyer.com.
What's for dinner?
You're exhausted after a long day at work and a heck of a commute. The last thing you want to do is cook a meal. You need Chef Curry's Cuisine. Chef Curry's Cuisine can make family dinner fun again by preparing home-cooked meals by a local Denver chef. Chef Curry will do the shopping, cook 2 weeks of Monday through Friday dinners, provide the packaging and cleanup too. All of Chef Curry's meals are made with the freshest ingredients, and you get to choose them from a large variety of proteins and sides. So, next time you hear,
"What's for dinner?"
you can say, Chef Curry's Cuisine. No more hassles, just healthy, fresh meals for you to enjoy. Visit chefcurryscuisine.com and get details on weekly menus, along with brand new catering options for your private parties or office functions. Or call 720-404-2798. That's 720-404-2798. Go on, add some spice to your meals. Start with Chef Curry's Cuisine.
Point, click, bam! ColoradoAutomall.com. Thousands of cars, trucks, boats, RVs, and motorcycles virtually at your fingertips. Colorado Auto Mall. That's your Front Range dealer's inventory of new and used vehicles for the local shopper. Photos, descriptions, options, make, model, and body style. It's all there at ColoradoAutomall.com. The research tool you need to find your next ride could not be easier to use. Your next ride is online and on sale at ColoradoAutomall.com.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for taking time out of your business day to join us for ours. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! I'm excited. There's a superstar in the studio.
We do have a superstar in the studio, Laura Pence Atencio. When you check her out on Twitter, you're going to discover she has the most followers I have ever seen. We're going to learn her secrets in helping you to quickly grow your Twitter audience. She's the founder and CEO of Social Savvy Geek. She helps confident female entrepreneurial speakers sell 5 times more books in half the time by building their speaking engagement calendar in under 90 days.
Can you say cha-ching?
She has worked with some of the top names in internet marketing, consulted with entrepreneurs, businesses, and nonprofits in the U.S. and abroad. She is the author of the popular article, 10 Tips to Build Your Twitter List Now. She's been published both online and in print in the U.S., Australia, and New Zealand.
And she hangs out with the Experience Pros.
Laura Pence Atencio with Social Savvy Geek. Welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to get you close into that microphone so everybody in America can hear you. Laura, Twitter, how many followers do you have?
I don't know, over 100,000.
Over 100,000. I think you're being generous.
She's like, once you hit 100,000, you stop counting. How long have you been on Twitter?
Since March of 2010.
March of 2010, so just about 6 years, a little more than 6 years.
I think I have like 4 followers on Twitter. So, okay, so what's the secret? How do you get people to follow you on Twitter?
Well, that's what the article, 10 Tips to Build Your Twitter List Now, is for. Actually, I've updated it to 10 Ways to Quickly Build Your Twitter Audience. And it's on my website, socialsavvygeek.com.
All right. And so socialsavvygeek.com, that's where you need to go get that. Let's talk a little bit about Twitter and why. What's the value of Twitter? I am a twit, and I know how to tweet, but I don't know necessarily that I get it entirely.
Right. Well, the first and primary reason is traffic to your website. I get more free traffic to my website.
Twitter is to their website.
No, you put links to your blog.
Oh, so smart.
I get more traffic to my website from Twitter than any other source, and I haven't paid for any advertising on it.
How many posts do you put out on Twitter every day?
Oh, probably 20. But I have a lot of people, so I didn't start with 20. Okay. A smaller audience, fewer posts.
All right.
Smaller audience, fewer posts, bigger audience, more posts. Is there like, okay, so if you have 100,000 and you're doing 20, so is it like 1 post a day for every 5,000 followers-ish?
No. You shouldn't do fewer than 3 or 5, no matter how small.
Okay. All right. So is there a secret? You said you use your blog. Yeah. You know, I think when I'm on Twitter, I often will use the hashtags to search for something, search for topics I'm looking for. Are you kind of a hashtag diva?
No, I use them minimally because people go overboard with hashtags.
Right.
But it is good to use them because the media, like you guys, use Twitter to find experts. And when people are doing an article or a radio show, they want to find the experts. They will search hashtags for that.
Do. I search hashtags. It's how I pull streams out of the ocean. Right? and so I see the value of them, but you're saying use them sparingly.
Sparingly. Wisely.
Wisely. You say one of the most common questions you do get asked is, how do I build my Twitter list? And your answer is, that depends.
No, it's true. It depends on what you want to do with it. Because Twitter is what you make of it. People say, I don't know. What is Twitter? Well, for me, I mean, I have multiple accounts. I have 2 personal and 2 business, so I use them for different things.
Okay.
Like what? Like what would you? Why would you use them differently?
Is your name Sybil?
My personal account, Janisolo13, I've had since before I even thought about going to social media, and I use it to talk about things like hockey and The Walking Dead. You know. And then my personal account, that's my name, Laura E. Pence, prior to getting married, I got so that nobody else would take my name. Okay. And I talk about U.S. Masters swimming and like personal life things.
Okay.
All right. So let's jump over to the business side.
Social Savvy Geek. Yes. Now that one I use specifically for business growth, Apple news, because we love Apple, and social media, online marketing topics, and that's it. Then I have Savvy Geek Speak, which is smaller, but it's directly specifically at people who are speakers and authors. So it only talks about those things.
And so you talk about that you help speakers actually sell 5 times more books in half the time. I know a lot of people who don't sell any books. Like, I mean, they just really struggle with selling their books. Yeah. Is using social media a big piece of that? Do you teach them that?
It is. And a lot of it is people won't buy your book if they don't know that your book exists.
Right.
And then you have to appeal to them on an emotional level. Why do you need this book? does it solve a problem that you're having now? And you have to let them know.
Yeah.
Because if you just say, oh, hey, I have a book, you're my friend, you need to buy it, well, that's not very good motivation.
Okay, thanks.
But
Great.
Laura, let me push back on that just a smidge, because I think that, I view Twitter as a great big filing cabinet that I call the ocean. And it's kind of like posting out there into the ocean. You throw a tweet, 140 characters, 120 if you want it retweeted, and you throw it out into the ocean that says, buy my book. And by the way, if you need self-help, this will help you.
Yeah.
And then what?
Well, you're not converting anybody to anything on Twitter. The idea of Twitter is to get them to read your tweet and then take action of clicking your link. Then once you've got them to the space you control,
your website where you can blog and or have a landing page for
correct. If you have a book, you should have a landing page for it. So Twitter is just the tease.
Twitter is the tease. Teasing Twitter, yes, and it has been teasing us for years.
I'm going to call my next ex-girlfriend Twitter.
Laura, when did you realize you were a social media rock star? What was kind of like that turning point where you realized, I got this?
It was in 2009. I was a financial advisor, and I was the core marketing person for my team, and I was also the VP of Marketing and Public Relations for a local chapter of ABWA in Richmond. And people started coming to me and saying, how are you doing this? Could you speak to us about social media? Your Twitter is great. You've got clients from LinkedIn. How are you doing that? And I thought it was easy. I didn't know it was really something people struggled with. But they started asking me to speak about it. So I did that as a financial advisor. I was just helping people learn how to use social media to network properly.
Right.
And then when I lost my financial advising job, people were like, oh, great, now we can pay you. I was like, oh, yeah, you certainly can.
I'll accept that.
Right.
All right. So, Laura, and folks, we're talking to Laura Pensatencio, socialsavvygeek.com. Sign up and follow and to do all the things that you need to do in order to keep this thing going. What kind of struggle did you come into a roadblock, or as you kind of built your business up, what challenge did you face?
Moving to Denver, that was a big one.
No, wait a minute. Lady.
Denver's good.
What's the matter with Denver?
Nothing's wrong with Denver.
Okay.
But I had to start over.
Oh.
I'm from Richmond,
Yeah.
and I moved to Denver, and I didn't know anyone. And you think, oh, hey, my business is online. This transition will be easy.
Should be.
No.
Because I think a lot of people think that as long as it's online, like I can work from anywhere.
People still want face-to-face, and you can get that from video, and you can get it. And so I still have clients in Richmond. I have clients in Costa Rica.
Well, let's talk to them, because there are people in Richmond, Virginia right now who are listening to this broadcast. And you know what? I'm going to send a copy of our book, List to Save My Business, to the first person in the D.C., Virginia area who sends us an email at radio@experiencepros.com. I'm going to give you a free book from us. What do you say?
All right.
Awesome.
And let's make sure they know how to get the article, the 10 ways to grow your Twitter audience. Again, socialsavvygeek.com.
Yep, and it's right at the top on a banner. You just put in your email address.
What's your favorite tip on, growing an audience?
Well, on Twitter, it really is, don't make it personal until it's personal.
What does that mean?
It means you follow someone. It's a very low barrier to entry in Twitter. You can connect with anyone. So if you have someone that you really admire and they're on Twitter, it's not weird for you to follow them. So you can meet anyone.
Right.
But it's not personal until you develop a relationship. So if you interact with someone and they don't interact with you, it's not personal.
Okay.
So just keep trying. And then once you have a relationship, you can interact with people. But if someone doesn't interact with you and they're not following you back.
Star Wars just retweeted and retweeted a post I was in. I was so excited about that. I kind of get starstruck in some of the times, some of the people that retweet some of the stuff that we share.
I literally jumped up and down, literally up and down the day that Arnold Schwarzenegger followed me back.
Right?
And it was just a promotion they were running. And then I was super disappointed when they unfollowed everyone they had followed who wasn't a celebrity.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, and I was like, that's disappointing. If you're going to follow someone.
Like Pharrell Williams commented on something.
Pharrell's commented a couple of times on our posts.
We get so excited.
Arnold, I was so excited because I love him.
Well, and Laura, this don't make it personal until it's personal. The flip side of it is don't make it impersonal ever.
Oh, God.
I was telling you right before we came on, I've received a chain of emails that are nothing but autoresponders that are shaming me for not replying. So,
Ooh, we'll talk about
Laura
that.
Atencio, socialsavvygeek.com. Get your 10 tips for Twitter followers. That's the way to do it. Thank you for being here with us.
You're welcome.
You betcha. Folks, don't go anywhere. We've got more positive business talk just ahead. Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. We're hitting a new year, and you should, at the same time, come in with a new attitude, a new philosophy that you're going to make money when the stock market goes down. That's right. This is the third bubble, and you don't think it's going to crash? The first bubble did, the dot-com. The second bubble, the housing and financial con. Why do you think the third bubble, which is twice as big as the two previous bubbles, is any different? It's not different. Matter of fact, it's worse. It's going to go down faster. The stock market is going to go down 50%. You're going to lose 50% of the money you have in the stock market. You're going to lose 45% of the equity you have in your home. And you're going to lose 30% of the money you have in your savings. Yes, you are. Trust me. Join my gang, Phil's gang, so that we can show you how to benefit, how to profit. But you can't just sit there and own a stock. You got to learn how to short the market. Join my gang. Learn how to short. philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
As the school year draws to a close, so many parents are wondering how they'll help their kids occupy their time without the influence of TV, video games, and the internet. This year, consider summer camps for your teen. For a limited time, our chief bargain hunter is featuring a half-priced camper tuition to Chile Camps, located close to home in Estes Park. Activities your teen will experience during their camp stay include hiking, horseback riding, backpacking, whitewater rafting, and so much more. What better way to discover new strengths without outside pressures or expectations than to get out of the city and come camp at Camp Chile. Camper spots are only open for girls ages 12 to 14 and are filling up fast. This summer, come enjoy the fresh Rocky Mountain air at Camp Chile. To purchase, visit summercampbargains.com or just click the Bargain Hunter link on 710knus.com or krks.com. Summercampbargains.com. Again, that's summercampbargains.com or just click the Bargain Hunter link on 710knus.com or krks.com.
This is Steve Replin, and I'd like to share a secret. No great business has ever succeeded without a great team. As a lawyer, a CPA, and a lender, I've advised more than 4,000 growing businesses just like yours. My system of fast-track business coaching integrates all of my skills for your business growth. To schedule a complimentary one-hour conversation to see how we can get your business on the fast track to growth, call me at 303-322-7919. That's 303-322-7919.
In the summer, it's hot in the upstairs bedrooms most of the day. Our office is up there and it's sweltering. We've used one of those big fans in the evening, but it pulls in too much dust and pollen. The AC ran constantly, yet the only cool place in the house is the basement. My husband started insisting we buy a new air conditioner, and that's when I called the people at AirSwap. AirSwap showed me my furnace and air conditioner are the right size for my house, and my air conditioner was working just fine. They adjusted our ductwork, created stronger airflow to distribute all that cool air in the basement, and this even helped us save electricity. The house is more comfortable in the winter as well. They reduced the big temperature difference between the floors, and now the upstairs is comfortable during the day and early evening. Call them at 303-761-0729, on the web at air-swap.com, 303-761-0729, or air-swap.com.
As the school year draws to a close, so many parents are wondering how they will help their kids occupy their time without the influence of TV, video games, and the internet. This year, consider Chile, Colorado Camps for your child or teen. Located close to home in Estes Park, Chile, Colorado Camps believes that every summer in a young person's life is a window of opportunity. An opportunity to provide meaningful experiences that will nourish their body and spirit. An opportunity to put aside the competitive demands of school and sports. Chile, Colorado Camps will take the time to make sure your child or teen slows down and explores the world around them. At Chile, Colorado Camps, your child or teen will go hiking, horseback riding, backpacking, whitewater rafting, and so much more. What better way to discover new strengths without outside pressures or expectations than to get out of the city and come camp at Chile, Colorado Camps? For more information or to sign up for camp this year, visit Chile.com. Again, that's Chile.com.
If you own a small business, you know that bookkeeping is tedious, and frankly, it's not how you want to spend your time. Let Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax step in and customize a plan to fit your company's needs. Whether it's payroll use, sales and withholding taxes, financial statements, or banking, Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax will free you up to focus on growing your business. Ask about their offer for free tax prep for next year, too. Call Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax at 720-998-1830 or visit wintermountainstax.com. That's 720-998-1830. Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Taxes done right.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. I now officially have a bee in my bonnet.
A bee in your bonnet?
A little bit.
Why?
No, kind of a big bit.
Is it a big bee or is it a big bonnet?
It's a big bee in my little bonnet. I don't know. Let's just keep moving. And to protect the innocent, I'm not going to use the last name, but I got an issue with a man named Arthur.
Okay.
Okay. So I got a friend or a connection request on LinkedIn
From Arthur.
a couple of weeks ago from Arthur.
Okay.
And my policy, and I do have a policy for how I, sign up and connect with people on various, and it's different for different platforms. For instance,
Let's just talk LinkedIn.
Yeah, LinkedIn. I don't have to know you in order to connect with you. I appreciate the value that you bring if you're in an industry at all related to the business that I'm in. And Arthur, according to his LinkedIn profile, is a copywriter and a case study writer.
Okay, so that would be worthwhile, right? He connected with you, and you're like, okay, copywriter.
Mm-hmm.
This might actually make a good guest on the show. Good use. Good.
On
referral.
June 8th, when I accepted.
Did he have
his,
a picture?
He does.
Because that's one of my requirements.
Yeah, I don't do silhouettes. You got to have a profile that's reasonable. So on June 8th, when I agreed to connect with him, I got an immediate auto reply. And that auto reply said, "Thanks for connecting with me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is obviously about networking and each other exploring opportunities that can benefit us both. I want to make sure that we follow up with each other and get that accomplished. Here's my full contact information for your records. If we can't connect this week, I'll be in touch with you again next week."
Okay, all right. That's actually a pretty useful.
It is.
Autoresponder.
It was reasonable. And I knew it was an autoresponder because right underneath it says, "To stop receiving these emails, click unsubscribe."
Nothing wrong. We should all use more autoresponders.
Maybe. So then on June 15th, a week later, exactly 7 days later,
okay,
at exactly the same time, I got, last week we met, and I told you I'd follow up with you.
Okay.
I didn't meet him.
Well, you kind of met him. I mean, you LinkedIn, you connected.
We connected.
Doesn't that count?
Wanted to make sure that we stayed
how
connected
else would you meet?
and explored opportunities that benefit us both.
That's kind of what LinkedIn is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you meet people.
Please schedule a call.
Okay.
Or hit reply.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. But you don't want to meet him? You don't really want to talk to him?
Both of these emails, no. No.
Just want to be LinkedIn with him.
I wanted to link in with him, and as is my way, kind of get to know you in that way. Not necessarily. I'm not. He put me off by the words "we met" because we didn't meet.
Okay, all right. I can see where I can see where it derailed for you.
Yeah.
Because he said the words "we met."
However, it derails for two reasons. It is a form letter. And I don't appreciate the form letter, even though it's meant, and it's written, he's a copywriter, it's meant to be as personalized a form letter as a form letter can be.
Sure.
But you put me on an unsubscribe. I didn't sign up for your list.
Okay, but he's trying to reach out and connect with you to see.
He's trying to reach out and connect with anybody who will connect with him.
But you did connect with him.
I connected with him after he asked me to connect. Okay.
And you said yes.
Settle down now.
I'm not all hyper. I'm just thinking. Where's the breakdown?
The breakdown is, first of all, you added me to your newsletter, and I didn't ask it to be
He didn't add you to a newsletter.
He did.
There's no newsletter.
It is. To stop receiving emails, click unsubscribe.
Oh, because he
added me to a list.
To a list.
Right?
Okay.
So here it is. And then the next thing, last week we met. No, we didn't. And I told you I'd follow up with you. You did. And it is clearly exactly 24 hours times 7 days to the minute. I get your autoresponder email. Again, I'm on a drip campaign now. Okay.
Okay, which is what we all been taught to do.
I can't stand drip campaigns. I think that they are impersonal.
So why not just unconnect to him?
I'm about to. Next email. I know you're busy. In case you didn't get my last message, wanted to see what time you're going to call me.
And none of these you are replying to? No. Okay. All right. So he's using autoresponder to reply to you. You're not responding back.
Yeah, he's probably as unaware of this conversation as I am about his interest in me.
Sure.
Shame letter number 4.
Okay.
I have tried contacting you 3 times now since we met. I know you're busy, but I do think it'd be worthwhile for you to call me.
You think he's all snarky like that?
I can't. I'm reading the words. Maybe I'm putting a little too much emotion into it. I can't tell you how often I have not followed up. And I wonder, did I let another opportunity fall through the cracks? You lost me at shame. You're not going to shame me into doing business with you or even replying to your email. He lost me.
Well, he never had you. So now I think you're just kind of like, okay, now here comes another one. How often will they come? How many more do you think he'll send?
He says, if I don't hear from you, you won't hear from me again.
Okay, so
I'm hoping that will be the end of it.
He's given you, but here's the thing, Eric, when we think about how we're all trying to use social media to connect to people that truly we haven't met, but are perhaps in an industry that could be of value for us to be connected to, right?
Yeah.
So he probably, kind of with your same parameter of why you said yes, could be one of the same kind of guiding reasons why he reached out to you in the first place, right? You're in an industry, right? I copyright, you do marketing. This is probably a good connection. He has set up some automation, which we are all trying to use more automation because it's smarter use
automation
of our
is great if you double opt in. If you double opt in, automation is great.
You weren't added to a newsletter, you were added to an autoresponder, and that's different.
You don't know that. I called it an autoresponder. You don't know that it's not a newsletter. It says to unsubscribe. You got to click unsubscribe.
That's because it's an autoresponder.
You don't know that.
Is it a newsletter? Does it have all this other stuff that newsletters have?
Not yet.
Like topics and it's not going to. He said you won't hear from him, but he set up some autoresponders in, get a feel for it. You connected with me? Is there a reason? Do you want to reach out
how to win
and say hello?
Friends and influence people.
Would you rather he have picked up the phone and called you?
My question to you is, who wrote that
That's more
book?
intrusive, Dale Carnegie. That's more intrusive than him just sending out some autoresponders to get a feel for it. You don't like it, you just don't respond and go, really wasn't really looking to have a conversation with you, and ignore it. But you allowed it to get a bee in your bonnet.
We didn't meet.
But you kind of did.
No, we didn't. All right, we have to go. Gosh, sorry. We'll be back again tomorrow. How's that? Listen to Angel and Eric. This is the Experience Pros Radio Network.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raber. For more information, you can contact the Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or contact them on the web at experiencepros.com or on Facebook and Twitter at Experience Pros. If your customers love you, we want to know you. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
KDMT Arvada, Denver. We're all about money.